live. We got hot mics here, and we are going to fade in.
All right.
Good
Okay.
boy, Buzzwords.
Yeah.
All
Howdy.
right. Excellent. I'm going to stop
Oh,
my
there we
video
go.
for you all. You can see me, right? Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Looking good.
Okay, so for everyone else watching, welcome to the channel. We are here going into our second to last session of the Descent into Avernus campaign. My name's Bob. We've got our whole host of characters here. We've got Nate, Stefano, Michelle, Tim, Dasha, John. Andrew will be joining us soon, and Christian. We are playing the same heroes we've been playing in all the other videos. We are just about to enter the Scab, which is the location of Zariel's sword. Okay, so just to recap for people at home, you are all 10th level, but you have not had a full rest. We took a short rest after you encountered Bell at his forge, and you are taking his barge down the river to the specific point that you were kind of looking for when his troops attacked you, and it's supposed to take you directly into the Scab. The Scab was hidden, and he's kind of made it hidden so that he can kind of know the information but hasn't given it to Zariel. So that's where we're at. Any other things we need to do before we begin? Any other things we want to say? I know you were going over your characters, but did everybody finish?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the barge that you get from Bell is rather big. It can fit you. I would say it could fit even your truck in it. I'm thinking of it more of like a I don't know what the term is for it, but like one of those like like a river barge, like a river boat, that sort of thing. Steam coming out of it, except it's all devilish and infernal. And Max is going to be your captain. He's been assigned to ferry you down and make sure that you get there where you need to go. He's waiting on the boat. I imagine him with like a little captain's hat, horns like coming out the side. He's got his, maybe like a periscope, and he's waiting for you. Come on, we don't have all day.
All right.
I walk on.
Yes. I walk on as well.
I'll follow.
All right. You load up the scavenger, the falcon. I believe Dobby has...
The scavenger, isn't it still at the scar?
No, you took it with you. You actually left Lulu in it when you were in Bell's Forge.
With Dobby.
Yeah, with Dobby until Dobby decided to come into the Forge and Tim decided to go back. They had a little tag team where they kind of swapped positions and Tim started guarding the car.
You know it is.
But Tim's power is back. He's here now.
I'm actually proud of ourselves for actually keeping that vehicle alive as long as we have.
Well, it's been the hard work of Dobby and I keeping it safe, so you're welcome.
So Max sets off, and it's not. You weren't far from the Scab to begin with. You know that Bell's Forge was close in the vicinity, and the river is. You've never traveled along the river before, like on it, but you've been near it, and so it's flowing pretty good, and you're able to make pretty good time on your way to the position. Dasha, Eroviel, during the trip, Max decides to come and have a conversation with you. So he pulls you away from the group. He doesn't want anybody hearing this. And he says, we have to talk about our deal.
What is there to talk about?
Well, he goes, I don't think there's any secret. I want to bet on the horse that's going to win this race. And I want to ensure, as best I can, that whoever wins or loses, I am the ultimate winner. I come out on top.
I can understand that.
Now, I don't really care about the city. There are more souls we can get elsewhere. But Zariel really wants it destroyed and wants to take the souls of its inhabitants. So I'm going to be there by her side, fighting along her and Bell. But if something goes wrong, you might need to help out a little more. Do some heavy lifting.
What do you mean by heavy lifting?
Well, you guys gave Bell those adamantine rods, correct?
We did.
That was a big mistake. Big mistake.
I figured.
Sorry, Weir.
Well, Bell is going to hold those and hold them very close to him. I don't know where he's going to store them, but he will not let them out of his sight. He probably have them on his person at all times. Those adamantine rods are the key to opening up the companion. You know,
Yes.
The- dark black sun that's electrocuting Elturel.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
If necessary, if whatever the battle or whatever side you're on starts to go south, you might need to crack that thing open. Bell doesn't want it opened. He wants to keep it closed.
I'm happy to do that.
All right.
That's our goal
Now,
to release
for
Elturel.
for this piece of information, and what I've already told you, I've helped you out a lot. We agree. We have a mutual respect for each other. A lot of trust has been built. Correct?
I wouldn't say trust exactly, but mutually beneficial relationship in some capacity, yes.
Yeah.
Friends with benefits.
Friends with
Yes,
benefits,
that's
yes.
what I'd like to think. So, when the time comes and there needs to be a new ruler of Avernus, I think that should be me. And there are only two ways I could see this happening. If Zariel's defeated and I get her sword, or she has another very powerful weapon, the hammer that she wields. That hammer would give me enough power to contend with any being on the plane. So I want either weapon when she is destroyed.
What would you do as ruler of Avernus? What is the platform you're running on here?
Oh, we lost Michelle, I think.
Yep.
We
But
did.
that's okay. She'll come back and then it'll set up real nice. It'll be back in its normal place. So what I'll do is I will turn off the feeds. That would make sense, yeah. So we're just going to hear your voices probably, okay?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. So just tell me when Michelle gets back in. So Dasha, what did you just say? You asked a question?
Yeah, what's the platform you're running on, Max? What would you do as ruler of Avernus? Why do you say that you'd be the best candidate for this position? Just pure power hungriness and greed, or
I think I've proven that I'm a very shrewd negotiator.
that
You
you are?
need a businessman in power. Someone willing to make deals.
Okay, I could see that.
And
Right.
that's the item that I want. I want either the sword or the hammer.
Okay,
You have to
Max,
get
well,
it and give it to me at the end.
I can't promise that I can give it to you because
Well,
I-
you have to. You already signed a contract. But
this
of
is
course
not
you
in the
have to get
contract
it. Yeah.
Signed. I guess I suppose I owe you a favor.
Yeah.
I
And
will do my best. I will do my best to get the sword or the hammer to you.
and
However,
just
I
to
cannot
make
go-
sure we're clear here. Yes, the favor, exactly. That's the deal that we're doing right now. It's a favor. But the original deal, the one that we signed on the wretch's body, I'm gonna need your soul coin.
I don't believe I can give you that because my soul is in that coin, and my soul was something I was in possession of in the moment that we made that deal, Max.
But I'm not asking for the soul, just the coin.
But my soul is in the coin, Max.
Happens to
can
be
you
in the
separate it
coin.
out and give it back to me?
Happens to be. Well, also, additionally, the reason why he believes that he can claim it is because Michelle's back. The reason why he thinks that he can claim it is because he's not. When a devil takes your soul, they basically take it and you use it to turn it into. They use it for power. They can turn it into a what's the creature? the very basic creature now. It's escaped me. The Lemure or the Dretch, one of them, whatever's the devil one. So that's what they do. They convert it and use those souls. When a devil makes a deal and your soul goes with them, they convert you into a devil. So he's not going to do that. He's just holding onto the coin to ensure that you do your very best to get him the sword or the hammer.
Okay,
And
how can
think
I?
of me just holding on to it for you, just safekeeping.
What guarantee do I have that when we're done, you'll give me back my soul?
Oh, he wants the sword very badly, so he'll definitely exchange it. And he's willing to wait till after the battle, and he wouldn't interrupt you in any way.
Okay, I'd like this in writing.
Sure.
You will give me back my soul in exchange for the sword. Or
The soul
hammer.
coin, yes.
The soul coin, yes. And in exchange for me, again, I cannot go against my party. I cannot go against my friends. I'm loyal to them, but I will do my best to argue and or get the sword or hammer to you. Does that seem
Okay,
fair?
he would agree that it has to be in good faith. Yes, in good faith.
Yeah.
But you have to give it to him and do your very, very best to get it.
I will do my best.
All right. So he'll bring out the infernal wretch and he'll sign on the dotted line. Yeah.
I will
So,
sign as well
to-
with less
and every-
hesitation than the last time.
Oh.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Irovia will also sign, but with way less hesitation than last time.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Everyone, a small portal opens up on the boat, maybe in the back of the boat where they're discussing this, and you see this wretched creature come out, scarred and bloodied, and you a very familiar sight to you from earlier in the campaign. This would be for everyone to see, as long as you're awake, watching. All right.
Weir's gonna look away.
Ooh.
Can I make a perception check just to see if I see anything else a little more clear?
In what respect?
Well, you said we'd see the portal and the dretch.
The wretch, the infernal wretch. Yeah, the guy with the bloodied body with all the deals that Max has
Human
made on him.
contract.
Yeah.
So maybe I guess I'd like to roll a perception check to see if I see him holding a piece of paper.
And no paper. It's human flesh.
Oh, a piece of human flesh that resembles contracts that were signed in the past.
Oh yeah, you don't need to make a check on this. You know. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know.
So
When
that's-
Hex, go ahead, sorry.
A Rovial again?
Hex is going to look away and just kind of shake his head. But not disappointed, just kind of like same thing as Kolgath, just like again, really.
Yeah, I take a few steps back and I go, "What have you done?"
Pete is very uncomfortable at this sight and just shivers and looks away.
Dobby is speechless.
Absolutely speechless.
Just kinda...
Oh, that was priceless.
Yeah. So Dasha, your friends look at you in disgust and disappointment.
I'd like to kind of give Aroviel a look, kind of raise my eyebrow and be like,
I kind of give a nod, acknowledging that yes, and also just like I know what I'm doing. Don't worry.
that's all. I'm not back.
Okay. All right. So Max finishes up his signing, and the wretch goes away. And you arrive to the area where you were searching on the shoreline before Bell's henchman kind of found you. And there's a certain point in the middle of the river that when Dobby was out there with Kolgath, he had detected the magical aura. You head right into it, and it basically this massive illusion. It looked like it was part of the river, and it really, once you went through the very center of the river, you come out on the other side, and it's a completely different landscape, almost like you jumped to a new location on the river. Your surroundings are totally different, although similar. It's very, you've got the red sky like Dasha's apartment the other day. It's typical Avernus landscape. However, out in the distance, you see this giant mound. It's very hard to tell exactly what it is, but no doubt this is what you were looking for. I'm going to read to you the approaching text. So, in the distance, you see a great, disgusting scab, the size of a large hill, rising up from a stinking swamp of blood. The domed top of an alabaster temple pokes through the scab. Many black iron chains of Avernus converge on the building, attaching within the grotesque mound. I have a picture that I can show you, so I'll send that in a second, but that's what you see on your approach.
All right.
All right. So what would you like to do?
Came for the views, stay for the action.
I'm walking towards it with purpose.
There you go.
I'll follow.
I don't know if that looks nearly as gross as you just described it. You described it well.
I'll kind of hang back by Max and ask him, like, any advice. Have you been here before?
Because I have not. This is a pretty well-guarded secret. You know, I don't even know if Zariel knows that this exists. But I would say approach from the top. It looks like there's an entrance.
Is there an obvious way across? Or is it
Can we perceive an obvious way?
Yeah, so, you know, the scab itself looks like a big hill, and at the top you see the domed you know, area of like the structure that's being covered by it. So you assume that most of the structure is under the scab based on the size of it.
Oh, wow.
But you can approach and you can go to the bottom and inspect it if you'd like.
Oh, I thought the river was kind of in the way. Okay, so we can.
Yeah, well, you're in the picture. You're on the river, so you're headed towards it. So at this point, we could say, you know, you reach the base of it. So there's no other than the chains that are attached to it. There doesn't appear to be a path or any sort of structure to climb the hill.
So it's a pretty sheer, climb.
I'd say you could climb it without any climbing equipment, but we would require a check. And
We go
Yeah.
chains again, like we did last time.
I was going to say with the chains we could climb up them somehow.
Yeah, do
Can
we
I hop
notice?
Sorry.
Christian,
Do we notice anything about the chains? Like, can we tell if it's like holding it down or if it's just kind of there?
give
for
me
decoration?
a investigation check if you're gonna try to see how the chains work and what they are.
Oh, okay. Investigation. What am I? Oh, +2. Okay. So I have a 8.
An 8. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you probably could climb them, but I don't know if you know much more than that.
Okay.
Would Kolgath would still have his horse, right? He was waiting outside with the
Totally. Yeah.
Hellenium Falcon, so it should still be there.
Yeah,
So
totally.
can I hop on my horse and ask? So, everyone, I'm going to fly around the Scar. Does someone want to hop on my horse with me and maybe have better vision than I do?
Yes.
Do that and do a survival check, or unless Stefano, you think.
I have a very, very high perception.
Okay, then you should go ahead.
I'll also cast guidance on myself.
Okay, so you cast guidance and you hop on Kolgath's steed. Does it have a name, Kolgath?
I never did name.
Rainbow Sparkle.
Done. I love it.
Keep chatting.
Yeah, super ironic name. It is called the Rainbow Sparkle.
Okay. Just a slight nuance to that. Yeah.
Let's go with the Red Rainbow Sparkle.
Okay, so is
was
it
missing
red or
some.
is it rainbowed?
I feel like it's counterproductive.
Exactly. It's a conversation starter, at least at the bar, right?
There you go. At the tavern. Sure.
Tavern.
Okay, so red rainbow, Sparkle, you hop on and John flies up. Do you want to go like just up in the air or do you want to go closer as well?
Extremely cautiously, with Groff on the back, I ask for directions.
I'm Lucius.
Lucius, sorry everyone, that's a different campaign. I apologize. With Lucius on the back, asking for direction. Should we circle around to the left or circle around to the right, Lucius?
You can give me a perception check, Lucius.
Hey Bob, while they're doing that, like you can do this part first, but like at the same time in game while they're doing that, I want to just have a quick chat with Aroviel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Great.
We'll do your chat in just a second, but everybody
no worries.
else, yeah.
26.
Nice job.
26.
26. Yeah. Okay. So 26 will show you that you feel like you see some areas in the top that look like they have been dug into. So the top portion where there's the structure, the citadel, that area, obviously unless you go into it, you can't really see if there's any openings. But the Scab parts of the hill, it looks like there are some dug out areas towards the top near the citadel where it meets the citadel.
Are they dug out into the building?
Into the Scab. So it looks like there's basically something tunneled into it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Does it look like we could
Something.
land?
Oh, that's interesting.
Does it look like we could land there
Totally. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
fit several creatures, maybe 8 creatures there? 9?
The hole that you see, Lucius, is more of like a tunnel that maybe you could go single file into, depending how deep it's dug into the mound. But you'd have to analyze that more closely when you get to the Scab.
As we
Not from
circled
flying above.
around, we didn't see any other similar looking holes.
You did not see. No, that was all you saw. That opening towards the citadel part. There's basically where the citadel is and the Scab meet. It looks like something dug here. Just to kind of like whatever is going down into the hill.
All right. I kind of turned to Kolgath and I'm just gonna say there appears to be some sort of tunnel that is one human size large that leads out to the citadel. I'd like to inspect it closer if you feel comfortable with that, but maybe not too close.
One human size. Does that mean you can fit 2 dwarfs?
Probably fit a dwarf in there.
I'll think we should inspect it a little bit further too. So we fly down to the tunnel and not quite land, but maybe say we'll hover about 10 to 15 feet above it to get a better view.
Yeah, so you can get closer, and upon getting within that 10-foot range or so, Lucius, since you have such a keen eye, you can see that whatever dug this hole, which again is probably good enough to fit a human in it. You can't see too far down into it because there's no light, but you can see that whatever dug into it, it looks like there are claw marks or something has dug it naturally. It's not like there was tools involved, or it looks like it was ripped apart by something.
Is there any way that I'm good enough to find out if they were digging in from the top or if they were digging in from the bottom through?
Yep. In or out? I want to
Give me an investigation check.
Can I? No.
I think we're in the same boat on investigation.
-1?
No, I'm 0.
Okay.
Well, still, you can give me an investigation.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna
Can I help him? Can I help him on the investigation check?
Sure, you can give advantage on it. You're both kind of looking at it, and maybe you'd have to get off the horse and just like inspect it, though. You're basically flying 10 feet above it. You might want to look at the marks, really analyze what dug into it.
Okay. What if we have the horse land?
Yeah,
I'm
you could
still
do
not
that, yeah.
sure about stepping foot on the Scab material.
Yeah, you can do that. The horse can kind of gently fly down and step on it, putting just a little bit of weight first, and then eventually it's full weight when it feels comfortable. And the horse is moving around on it, and it almost feels like very soft grass to you and the horse.
Okay.
Almost like very soft, waterlogged grass. Like it gives, but you easily can support the weight of the horse and you two on him.
I got a 13.
Okay, so even with the 13, you can tell that something burrowed into it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that's enough. You could tell what that is. Doesn't
So
look like something burrowed its way out. Something burrowed its way in.
I didn't see any sort of way to get into the structure from the top.
You did not go into the. You did not go into the. What's it called? The Citadel top area, but from the Scab, no. This looks to be like a way in.
Lucius, do you think they burrowed in or burrowed out?
In.
They burrowed in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is a safe way to go.
While you ponder that question, Tim, and you had a question for Dasha?
Sure did. Just want to walk a little bit away from the group and not suspicious amount, but enough that prying ears aren't listening. And I'm going to speak in Infernal because I'm pretty sure Roviel. Yeah,
I
great.
do.
And that way it also prevents people from overhearing us or trying to eavesdrop. And I just want to whisper in Infernal and say to overcome evil with good is good. To resist evil by evil is evil, but efficient. And I want to cast Foresight on her,
Okay.
which grants you for the next 8 hours a limited ability to see the future.
Yes.
You have advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws.
I do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say thank you in Infernal.
And before you even could say thank you, when he says these words to you in Infernal, and you kind of really take in what he's saying and what he's trying to understand the meaning of it, you kind of have a moment where you kind of escape into some sort of a dream or some sort of image that's not around you right now. You are yourself. You're in some really dark and dank place. The air is hot and gross, and you look to your right and you see this massive door with angelic features, an angel in there with angelic features, wings and everything. And you see this hideous pig-like monster, and it's trying to burst its way into the door. And then you come back into reality.
I kind of
Alright.
step back for a second, like stunned, but then I say thank you. Tim, could you tell me the name of what you cast one more time, just so I write it down?
Foresight. Foresight.
Can Kolgath understand how you got a level 9 spell?
At some
I don't
point, you
know if
definitely will.
Kolgath is there to understand how he got.
He's not, but John is certainly curious.
It's part of being a warlock. My sugar daddy's like, yo, by the way, you get one of these. And I'm like, make it count.
Oh man, I wish I had a sugar daddy.
Yours is a god. Mine's a devil. It's all good.
Yeah, you do have you do have one.
Conquest paladins are agnostic.
Yeah,
Yikes.
you are maybe.
Yours is.
Read about a conquest paladin. They don't care about their god. They only care about their own power.
So Weir, Pete, and Caddis, you hear Tim and you hear Roviel and Hex having a private conversation. You see in the distance Kolgath and Lucius kind of prodding around at the top area there. Are you ready to come back to the group, or did you guys want to stay up there for a second before I?
I wanted to do a quick fly over.
Okay, so then I'll just give everybody else a chance to do something. Nate, Michelle, Christian, is there anything you want to do at the base of the Scab?
Can I go over to Lulu and see if she's awake? Or...
Yes, Lulu is awake, actually. She probably would come to just about at the end of the journey here. And she's peppy again. She's back to herself after the incident with the Hell Wasps. And she goes, I'm really scared of this place.
So you've been here before?
I feel like I have been. But I don't remember exactly when. I don't think it looked like this either.
What do you think it looked like?
We just lost Michelle again, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
I'm
She'll come back in.
I'm hearing you. I'm listening.
So, yeah. What did you say, Christian?
I said, do you remember what it used to look like?
I just remember this place, seeing it once before, was really big and pretty, I think. But I didn't stay here very long. I don't know why.
Do you remember who you were with?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I was with Zariel, though. I don't think I was with her. Yeah, but it's giving me the creeps.
I'm gonna say I turn to Weir and say, Lulu remembers this place. It seems like it used to be a once potentially pretty or peaceful place, but not anymore.
And Weir says, so maybe like Elturel, perhaps this wasn't always in Avernus.
Yeah,
If that's the
maybe.
case, if that's the case, I feel like we should go in.
But yeah, perhaps there's something here that could help us figure out a way to prevent this from happening to Elturel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
this is where Zariel's sword is, right?
That's what we've been told.
All right. Well, then I'm brave. I'll go.
You're not.
Can we
going
all go?
alone. Yeah, you're not going alone.
Oh, well, that makes me feel a lot better. Thought I was gonna have to go by myself.
Can Lulu carry any of us? Some of us?
No, she's too
That's
small.
clever.
Can I like motion to, Hex and I reveal that we were talking to Lulu and they should come over and hear this?
How far away are they, Bob?
The hill's pretty big. I'd probably say 300 feet.
Okay, never mind.
300 feet away. But you could call to them if you wanted to.
Yell 300 feet.
Well,
Yeah.
I reveal and Hex, are they much closer than 300 feet or?
Oh, we're like 10 feet.
Oh no,
Oh,
Rovio and
yeah,
Hex
yeah,
are
yeah.
close.
We'll
I was
definitely walk
talking
over
about
for sure.
Got it.
They're
got it,
very
okay.
close.
Yeah.
They're right with you.
Yeah, no, I would love to.
Yeah, Weir says, hey, you two, over there sharing secrets. Why don't you come back? We're trying to figure out a way to get up there.
Sure are. Let's do it.
So
Yep.
Stefano and
And,
Christian, or Stefano and
nudge.
John, what do your characters want to inspect while you're up there?
We really just want to do a quick fly up and around the structure just to see if we notice any, I don't know, I guess a way in or something.
I'd like to see if the Citadel seems accessible, even if we're doing it by like a bottom floor, or even on the roof of the Citadel.
Yeah, so
I
when you
don't know
enter
if-
into the Citadel, the floor basically is swallowed up by the scab material. It looks like the only way to get in would be to dig, or go in the already burrowed area.
All right, so let's go back to the party and tell them what we figured out.
It doesn't look like we could destroy the roof. This is totally a Kolgat thing to do. Doesn't look like we could smash the roof of the Citadel and like get into the scab. As opposed to digging a hole.
No, one way or the other, you'd have to penetrate into the scab material to get
Okay.
lower.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you head back to the group, and you see the six of them waiting, and seven really, Lulu waiting at the bottom. They look like they've just been talking and chatting.
We have found that the Citadel has seemed to have taken over by this material, and the only way to get in is to dig through, which I don't think is the best way. And what have you figured out down here?
What makes you say that the best way is to dig?
Or the only way
Mhm.
to get?
What makes you say that? Did you find something on top?
Yes, there was a hole that appeared to be scratched through.
Was it fresh? Recent?
Do I know that? Yeah.
You didn't do like a medicine check, I would have said, probably.
But we didn't ask for it, so I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't ask for it, so.
Yeah.
So I'm not certain.
We should beware in case it was recent.
I have
Something else down there.
I have a feeling that thing dug in and never dug out. I do not think we should go in the hole. I think we should find an alternative route.
I tell them that Lulu remembers this place and recalled it as a once beautiful place, and I think we should go.
Can we dig? Does anyone here have the ability to dig, or am I going to have to do it all with these arms?
You
Why
are
don't we
dwarf.
why don't we circle around the scab and see if there's an entrance?
We did that.
We already did. We already did that.
Do that?
Lucius,
Yeah, you
if
did
you'd
that.
like to go again, my steed can take us, but I believe we saw everything.
Didn't you have a?
No, we only looked up from the top.
Lulu, while you're having this conversation, goes over to the base of the Scab, the hill where it kind of begins, and she kind of taps into it with her tusks, and she says, "I don't know if we could dig through this. It's pretty hard." And she gives it a tap, and it makes like a little like clank clank on it, that you can hear audibly.
Hey, Weird, can you perceive this? Can you take a look at this stuff? What is this made of? I can't figure it out.
Yeah, sure. I'd love to perceive or inspect the ground.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
Sure. That's a 10, which is
Well, other than the going up to it and doing kind of what Lulu did, but you might be feel it with your hand or tap with a dagger or something. The base of this mound is very hard, almost like rock. You can see now that you're kind of there closer to it. It's much darker colored, almost like a scab in real life would be, crusted over after some time.
so. As Weir kind of picks up some of the, dirt and gravel, I guess it's kind of on the top. He kind of rubs it between his hands, Maximus style, and smells it, and says that this is not. We can't dig through this, but I think we need to get inside, and whatever way we can find, we need to take. We're on a time clock here. Zariel is going to attack. So I'm
Yeah.
going to push for us to go in the hole, unless you guys have a better option.
Yeah, I kind of go over by Weir when he was like inspecting it. I kind of touched the ground and I cast my cantrip, mold earth, just to see if anything happens.
Nothing happens. In fact, I would probably even tell you before you cast it, you would know this is not earth. This is
Right,
definitely
okay.
some like magical blood scab. Like, I don't even know exactly what you would think of it, but definitely not natural. So you don't have to
Okay.
cast that. You would probably know this is not
Okay.
natural. Yeah. Okay. So how would you want to get up?
From the base to the I'm looking at the picture. How high up was that hole?
About 300 feet.
How high up looking at the picture?
Oh,
About 300 feet.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I don't know what 300 feet is looking at the picture.
Oh, it's right at right before the citadel starts popping up. It's like right before that.
And
Yeah.
so we have circled the entire base of the
No, not the
scab?
entire base, but you flew around from an aerial view. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So that
Yeah.
seems to be the only way
Yeah.
in that we can
I'm gonna
proceed.
I'm
walk
gonna ask
over-
the group if they think we should try and climb, although I can polymorph into a giant eagle.
climb is unnecessary. I can take it one at a time on me horse.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
walk over to Lulu
Then let's
again.
go.
Save
And-
your spells for the
And yeah, I'm gonna walk over to Lulu and ask, you were ready to go straight in. Do you know how to get in exactly?
Good.
No, I don't really know, but I do feel like this is the way to get the sword. So I feel like we need to go in there. I mean,
All right.
if there's a tunnel, we could go in there.
I'm gonna walk over and try and hop on Kolgath's horse.
Yeah. So John, you're willing to ferry people up there?
I am, but I don't know. Maybe tell me to not do this out of game. But I'm looking at the picture. I don't know how much I should look at the picture, but I feel like I should be able to break a window and at least get into the upper parts of the citadel. And,
Oh no,
maybe
you could. No, that's what I was saying. You could enter into that domed area, but the floor is all covered with scab material.
Do we want to do that first, guys, just to get some information? I
No,
feel
You
like
did.
we-
You did. I thought that's what you had done. Stefano and you went into the domed area, into the structure, but the floor, pretty much any way to get lower than what's there in the building was scab material.
Okay, I misunderstood. I thought we just like I didn't realize we went inside. I thought we looked in windows. I didn't realize they were like
Ah.
not windows. They were like portholes. Okay.
Yeah, you can easily get
Sorry.
in. Yes, and unless you were to dig another hole, the only
Lear
entrance that you see
impatiently
is that one.
slaps
But you
Golgath's
could dig a
thigh.
hole. You could dig yourself if you'd prefer.
All right, and Colgat says to Weir, all right, laddie, you want to be the only one at the edge of the hole by yourself? Be my guest. And I fly him up to the hole, drop him off, and come back down to pick someone else up.
I would say
Sure.
this goes pretty quickly because your horse can travel pretty fast in a turn. Just maybe a dash action or two. Probably take you 15 to 20 seconds to go back up and down. So after a few minutes, everybody is up at the top, and Lulu can fly herself up. Max is going to leave. He's going to bid you farewell. He's got to be with Zariel's army, or else something would seem fishy. So he's going to leave, but he leaves you the boat and your vehicle.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I just really quick, just in case, I just want to check around before we enter, just around our surrounding area to see if I notice anything in the air.
Sure. Give me a check.
That's actually only an 11.
Okay. No, you don't see anything in the area. No. You looked in the
While I was
air,
there
you said, or
first-
the area?
Oh, I wanted to see if I could see if the tracks were fresh, thinking about what Erovio had said when we were down
Yeah.
below.
Give me a medicine check.
15.
Yeah, it looks like the wounds to the scab at the top are relatively fresh, maybe within a day or two.
Alrighty. I relay that to everybody else.
Okay.
On
All
guard
right.
it is.
So I'm going to bring you all to the battle or the new map, just to go over some ground rules about this map because it can be kind of confusing. Now I hope that this is the way. I've set it all up for you all. I made sure characters that you can control them. It should have the lighting on it, the dynamic lighting on it. When you get in there, tell me if you see your character, if they're giving off light, if you could see portions of this map. You're on the top left.
I see it, and I see the dynamic lighting too.
Okay, is it
Yep, it's
working?
working for me.
Can you control your character?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah?
Currently only have a black screen.
Oh, God.
Again.
Oh no.
Why? Seems to be me every time. I don't understand.
That's a good
Yeah.
question, Kolgath.
We've gotten it to work, so I feel like it is
So,
because I'm on.
Your
on
character just moved. Did you move? Anybody else move his character? Because
I'm moving it, but it still does not change.
was it? Did we think it was the browser that you were using?
I think it was the age of the computer.
I mean, Chrome. Yeah, we thought it was the fact that
Oh.
it's like a 12-year-old or 10-year-old Mac. But
It could
when
be.
I use my other PC, you tell me this is a better camera.
Yeah, that could be it. That could be it.
But we had it. It has worked in the past.
It has. Yeah, I'm not sure with this computer though.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
The-
there's a
you-
couple options. I think what we could do here. Either I share my screen on the Zoom, but then you might be able to see some things you're not supposed to see. But I could zoom in. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, John?
You get a second. Would you like me to get a second PC and just have Roll20 on a second PC?
Do you have a laptop available?
I didn't bring my one from work. Yeah, I can grab. I can get something. It
Yeah.
might
Why don't
take
you grab it and see if it works before we start making modifications?
it
I
might-
see Michelle is back in, so I'm going to bring the pictures up. Very good.
I'm gonna need probably at least 3 minutes, to be honest. So, just a heads up. I'm gonna run now.
Okay, that's fine. All right, but everybody else can see, correct? Okay. All right, so there's a couple of things that you need to know about this map. One is this is not a typical map, okay? This is, instead of it being a top-down view, this is actually a side view. So it's a cross section rather than a typical map where you're looking down on your character. We're seeing it from the side. So I have you all placed here because you have to be on the ground. So
Oh,
you're here. Like Colgath right now is flying in the air. So I'm going to put him down on the ground. Same with Christian. Now he could fly with his horse, so it's possible he could be up here. But for right now, I'm going to put him on the ground. Okay.
like this, Bob?
No, like this, like where you are right now. Basically, this is the floor. Okay.
Okay.
This is the floor. The line itself is you cannot go below it really. I mean, you can
Gotcha.
move your characters to here, but like this is a cross section. It will be a
Gotcha.
little more. It'll be a little clearer when you get a little further in, and there's some like landmarks that you will see, and it'll differentiate for you, and you'll be like, oh, I see how this is. But basically, we're looking at this whole thing, this large mound from a cut cross section of it. Okay.
First thing I'd like to do is cast light on my shield.
Sure. Yes, that's fine. Yeah, I was going to say there's a couple of other rules for this area here. There's no light source, so at any point in this, it's completely dark. So if you have dark vision, you'd be seeing dim light. If you have no vision, you would be no extra vision. You would just be seeing darkness. So light will grant you light. So Lucius, I'm
I'll
going to
cast
change
light.
yours. Yeah, sure. You can cast light as well. Yeah.
Cantrip, 20-foot radius.
I'm also gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Hold that for us.
The extra.
Okay. So Lucius, are you good? Do you have light now? You do. Yeah.
That was much better.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. There's not a lot of light. These are also 10-foot squares, just to make things a little more confusing. But as I spoke to you all last session of the campaign, this area, I believe, works a lot better if we use Theater of the Mind rather than the map itself, because the map is, like I said, a cross-section, very hard to tell where people are and positioning. So we're going to use this. Basically, we're going to play in our minds here, but I do want the map up so that you can decide which directions to go, and that portion of this is clear. If there's a combat, what I think we're going to do in this case, because we're all in like a single file line, and this is a narrow tunnel, you don't get that from the cross section, but it's narrow. You really can't fit one or more than like one or two people past each other in certain spots. Other than above each other, so like you can see the height of the cavern. You're going to have to go in like a single or double file line at some points. So I'm going to get a marching order, and when we get into combat, whoever's in the front or where the threat is, we'll go with them first, because it would be more sensible for them to react and then go back behind the line. So tell me who would like to go in front, and tell me the order you're going in. I'll break it down for.
Colgath goes first.
Okay,
Unless
Colgath.
someone insists, I would go first, but Colgath does have the higher AC, so.
Okay, Colgath in front. Lucius
I'd like
next.
to go near the back.
Okay, so I have Colgath, Lucius, and I have Weir right now in the back.
I'll go
I'll go near the back as well for my ranged attacks.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go behind Lucius.
I wouldn't mind being in front of you, Eroviel.
Sure. Pete, where would you like to go?
I think she's actually
We lost her again.
Oh, we lost
coming.
her again.
I don't think she plans
Yeah.
to come back. She just texted that it's been in and out, and she hasn't been able to hear most of what
Oh,
we've
no.
been saying.
The internet bad? Is that
Yeah,
bad? Okay.
so she doesn't want
All
to
right.
keep ruining the stream, she says.
That's all right. So I'm going to pause everything for just a moment and fix the Zoom screens, and we'll be right back. I'm going to pause our
Dude, that's so
All right, we are
perfect.
back
Thank you.
and fading back in. Here we go. Okay, we're back. So unfortunately, Michelle is having some internet issues. She cannot be with us the rest of the way. I think we have the only person left is potentially Andrew could be coming in though. So that's something else to think about.
I'm pretty sure at the entrance to the cave, he would have raised some skeletal bodies.
He has actually his skeletons already, so
Oh, okay.
they're with us. When he joins, we'll be there. But for now, since he's not here, we'll just say he's silent and walking in the back.
Can he
Okay.
ready counter spell?
No, he cannot. He
I
cannot.
know,
He's really just taking in all these surroundings here. So Dobby's in the back. We got Colgath in the front, Lucius, Caddis, Weir, Erovial, Dobby. So I'm missing somebody. Pete, but Pete's not here right now. 2, 3. I have 6. Am I missing? Oh, Hex, obviously. Okay, so it's going to be Colgath, Lucius, Caddis, Hex, Weir, Erovial, Dobby. If you want to write that down, that's fine, but I'm going to put everybody in that order for right now and try to keep in that order. So we'll have Colgath, Lucius, Caddis, Hex,
And
Erovial.
Andrew.
And Pete will be in the back as well.
Oh, there he is.
And you're Dobby!
He's back? Oh, wow, look at this.
Look at that.
Nice.
I used my teleportation.
Now you're just going to fix your Zoom screen.
I've been. Your skeletons have been carrying you. You're good.
Excellent. They're good for something.
Pete went out to get Dobby. Dobby came back. Pete's like, never mind.
I'm staying outside of the tunnel. This underground stuff just don't do it for me.
He's like, guy,
And as
Tower.
Dobby
This is
on
not.
screen, Lucius realizes it that Dobby was the hero all along, and he leaves Avernus.
There we go.
End of campaign.
I,
Roll-
I didn't see Pete on my way back. She must have got lost.
Yeah. We're down, Pete.
You know it's hard to navigate Avernus without a compass, right,
Fair enough.
Erovial?
Very hard.
Oh boy.
Dobby, you have some angels to get put in there, right? You need your angels.
Yes,
Just
I'm
to double
logging in.
check. You don't have your screaming soul coin anymore. Okay.
She does not.
I don't think you're aware that existed, by the way.
Yeah,
The
you probably
character's
didn't.
not aware.
Oh, okay. But in terms, okay, but story wise, I wouldn't know that. But story wise, okay.
Yeah. Lucius
Okay, so
knows. Lucius
getting
knows.
back on track here. So I was explaining to everyone, Andrew, what the surroundings are like, what the features are of this place. It is completely dark. There's no light sources, so if you have dark vision, you'll see dim light up to your max distance, which I think is 60 for everybody here. The surfaces look like they have been burrowed into using some sort of claws or teeth. Lucius and Colgath inspected it before. Oh, actually, one thing too, Dobby, I was thinking about this. We don't need those angels because we are going to be using Theater of the Mind for this. So, I mean, you could have one just to represent where they are, but we don't need them all for the actual game because this is a cross-section map. So rather than the typical maps we have where you're looking, from top down on your character, you actually are going to stay along this more darkened red line. That is the floor, basically. So if the entire mountain was sliced in half and split open, and we looked at it from the side,
we're
that's
an
what you
aerial
see.
view. I got you.
What's that?
Hey, I noticed I can move them around now,
Yeah, I said it so that you could
but
do
not
that. Oh,
not
well,
the imp though.
there's always something. But yeah, basically, this is not an aerial view. It's a side view. And so you're going to be moving your characters. And because of that, I think it's best to do this Theater of the Mind rather than
Cool.
rather
Okay.
than the normal way. I'm going to
Yeah, no
assign
problem.
this to you. Okay, you should be able to use it now.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so let me read what you see when you enter. All right, so you enter into this tube-shaped tunnel. A circular, gaping wound near the top of the scab forms a tunnel that descends into the darkness. All right, so if you'd like to progress, I'll move Colgath, and then everybody can move their characters behind. Go ahead.
I'm ready to move in.
The
Go.
floor is squishy, as I told Lucius and Colgath. As you start to enter in, the air is dank and wet. You almost feel that that scab material under your feet if you were to make quicker sudden movements, that it might break and open more wounds. The characters progress, and out in the distance, off the edge of this platform that you've been, the tunnel that you've been walking on, you see one side of the narrow passage is stripped away, partially revealing the Citadel's stained glass window. The opaque blue and yellow panes depict the contemplative face of a beautiful angel. That's right here. So you see like this, you're basically walking along the side of this massive citadel.
Can I inspect this for, what it, if I recognize the angel or anything like that?
Sure. Give me a history check.
15.
15. So you kind of, and again, this is more of like just a map to give you a visual. It's not exact. Like you could probably go to the side, your left-hand side where, feel up against the window, really inspect it. You can look at it closely.
Sure.
This does look like Zariel, but it doesn't look like the Zariel you saw. It looks like a beautiful, angelic version of her, maybe before she became the leader of Avernus.
Are there broken pieces or anything?
There are no broken pieces. It's completely intact.
Can we smash it and get into the citadel?
You could try. Yeah. What do you want to hit it with?
I'm going to say, hold up. Is there anything else around us before we smash the window?
Yes. I don't know what your visions can all see because they're all different. I do see a combined blend of the light sources. But just here, and if you want to move your character a little bit closer, you can, so you can see. There is a sort of like a big gap that you have to jump basically to get to this part. Now, obviously, Kolgath has his steed, so he could very easily move. The imp could fly, Lulu could fly, so somebody could very easily get up here. But in order for a person to do that, you need some sort of, grappling hook or a very large athletic check. So it's like 30 or 40 feet up to this ledge. Below you, you see the tunnel diverge further south, and one that continues on to the east. So there's 3 passageways that you can take from this intersection.
3 plus the window of Zariel?
Sure. I mean, you haven't really tried that to see if it's a valid passage, but the tunnels are carved, going one north, one east, and one south.
I'm happy to go up and smash at least the pane in the stained glass and see if we can see through it. I don't know.
Yeah. What are you hitting it with?
Is anyone opposed to me hitting it before I do it?
Might as well.
I wanna. Could I ask Lulu if this type of Zariel, if she's seen this Zariel, like this form of her?
Yeah. Tim, did you want to hit it though?
Yeah. Can I just break out a small pane with like the hilt of my sword, my pack weapon?
Yeah. Not your magical sword, right?
That's the one.
Oh, the magical sword. So you kind of hit it with, to kind of test its strength, and it clangs off of it almost as if it really didn't do any damage. And you hit it pretty solid. I mean, you didn't put your full force into it, but you hit it, and you clanged off it as if it didn't even leave a scratch.
All right, I will tell the group I'm getting the impression that glass is not going to break.
Yeah.
X, was that a magical weapon?
Yeah, it's always been magical. It's my longsword.
Hex, what's your alignment?
I'm pretty sure I'm chaotic neutral.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll double check what I told you in the beginning.
Gotcha. So you hit it, your weapon clangs off of it and didn't even leave a mark.
Yeah, it's definitely not breaking.
Yeah. You ask Lulu Caddis if she recognizes the picture, and she says, "Yes, that's the Zariel I knew. The kind and beautiful Zariel that would protect people."
That's not the Zariel that we hear where we're from. Sort of.
It's not the Zariel you even encountered. So
yeah. So
yeah. The Zariel right now that you've encountered is Let me see if I have this
Very
right here.
different. I
Yeah,
want to
if
ask
you can,
Lou, like,
you can. Are you? Did I turn on the zoom? I forget if you can see our background in general of the feed is the Zariel you see. She's got a her whole features are. She looks like she's been completely converted. Her wings are black and.
Yeah, you didn't
she's
turn
got-
anything up for us because remember, Hex turned on his. We had a separate way, so you didn't turn on anything else.
Gotcha.
Special
Okay, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't worry about.
So yeah, this doesn't look like the Zariel you knew. All right, so crew, where we want to head?
I kind of want to ask Lulu before we go, like, any idea how Zariel changed, or just to see if this sparked any memory.
No, she can't remember.
Can she
She
tell us?
feels
a little
like she feels
more
like it's right on the
this-
the tip of her tongue. Like she feels like she could figure it out, but she doesn't remember.
Can she tell us sort of more about this nice version of Zariel? Like if she did anything to help
She was a
people, or-
hero. She saved not only Elturel, many cities, defended them against demons and devils and armies of darkness. She was the one true beacon of light.
Save El Tarel. What are you talking about? El Tarel is crashing down to hell. She didn't save anything.
Well, now it is, but a long time ago, when I knew her, when we were friends, we defended it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Lulu or Kolgath, could you just fly over this chasm and look down, see if there's anything you can see?
I'll try. Lulu, let's go.
Okay, where do you want to go?
Don't venture too far.
We could go down this way.
I motion for Lucius to hop on the back of the horse if he has all these great ideas.
Very well.
Okay, so move your character, because you can see, right? Or do you want me to move it?
I lean to a Roviel and say, man, I thought he would have been nicer when the demon shield left.
Okay, so Lulu flies down.
No idea.
Lulu flies down here, and you see the tunnels fork again. This time, one goes more like southeast, the other goes southwest.
Can Hex follow just so I can see?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, everybody can follow. Yeah, everybody can follow. Move your characters down. If you wanted to jump down to here, it's not a problem, but getting up to here would have been challenging. So, Lucius, you have a passive perception of 21, right?
18 right now.
18? Okay.
Mine's 11. You don't care about mine?
Nobody cares about an 11.
Nobody cares about the paladin.
Yeah, so you hear it for Lucius. It's pretty apparent once you get to here that you hear some fighting, some grunting, some bellowing coming from this way. The southwest version, southwest path.
Do we feel like this is the best path to go down? I was kind of down to keep going straight.
And you hear some
Probably-
splashing as well.
Definitely don't want to go towards the noise. Don't like that
Yeah.
at all.
I've heard some horror poetry in my bard days, and it never ends well when you go towards the noise.
Also, I think Christian cast Pass Without Trace. Did everybody give me the group stealth check? I don't remember if we did that.
I don't think so.
No.
Did not.
Give me the group stealth check now, and we'll keep that. I'll keep that number down.
Was
That
it
should be
plus
at the
10?
plus 10. Yeah.
Yeah, plus 10 from Christian.
Yeah.
So just shout out your characters and what they got.
Weir got a 30.
Kolgath got an 18, his best stealth check ever.
Did you use disadvantage on it?
22
Did you give
for
yourself
Roviel.
disadvantage, Kolgath?
Heavy armor. No, I did not. Oh, thank you. Thank you, DM.
Anybody else?
13 for Kolgath. That's more likely.
Did you add 10?
Yep, to both rolls.
Who else we got? Lucius, what'd you get?
I got a 17.
All right. Dobby,
23.
Caddis,
28.
Roviel,
22.
Hex.
17.
Okay, that's pretty good. So the only low roll was really the 13. Okay, so that's fine. All right, so you guys are moving pretty stealthily through these tunnels. You know, you've occasionally you hear the squishing sound of a scab being ripped open by somebody's boot or something like that. But other than that, you're pretty silent moving through. No clanking of weapons, no armors bumping into each other. Pretty quiet. All right, so you want to go. You don't want to go down the area where you hear the grunting, the bellowing, and the splashing. You want to go the southwest passage here, or would you like to go back to the top section?
Maybe if we go down the path with the noise, we can surprise them.
I do have an imp that can go invisible.
Sure. Do you want to send the imp down that way?
What does the group
Cool.
think?
That's a good idea. Go for it, Dobby.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
The obvious choice is not always the answer.
So Dobby, I'm
I
going to
can't-
move you as well because you have a light source and people you would see. You see a pool of water. Rather than the imp, I'm going to move you. You see a pool, not pool of water. I shouldn't say that. That's not water at all. It's blood. A pool of blood. Yeah. So this the way the map works is because it is a cross section and this is a mound. The actually the map wraps around almost like Pac-Man style. If you go out one end, it comes on the other side. So I'm going to move Dobby so you can see what is here. So I'll bring you here past the pool of blood if your imp is flying. You're all the way on the right side now, Dobby. Do you see where your character is? I can direct you to it if you don't.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Okay. Did that bring everybody's attention to it?
Well, yeah, but it's a black screen for us, obviously.
Yeah. But you see where I'm pointing. That's where Dobby is. So Dobby, you see where you are, and you fly over. The imp flies over the pool of blood, and it gets to a very narrow corridor where it's only maybe a few feet high. If anybody else other than your imp, or even maybe Weir or you, they'd have to like army crawl to get through this section. Okay?
Small people.
Small people only, yeah. So the imp flies over and sees some creatures in another pool of water. So basically 2 pools of water split between a very narrow corridor is what you see here. And I'll make these creatures visible to you. Okay. So do you see them now?
No. Oh, now I do.
Okay. So I'll read you the description. You see 2 fiends resembling scaly, 9-foot-tall bipedal toads stand waist deep in a pool of blood, bellowing as they claw at each other. Floating near them is a half-eaten corpse of a bearded devil clutching a glaive. The pool is 20 feet wide and 40 feet long, with a horseshoe-shaped ledge around it. What do you do?
They're eating the body?
They're fighting each other over it.
Can I
But
take a
presumably
closer look
to
at the
eat it,
body?
Yeah, you can. Your imp can take a better look. It looks like there is a bearded devil. You've seen them before. They were the ones, some of the foot soldiers, typically.
Mhm.
And it's half eaten, and its arm is clutching a one of its glaives.
Is there anything special about it that they would be fighting over, or is it just to eat it?
Give me an insight check for the imp. Actually, no. You're seeing it through the imp's eyes, right? So give me an insight check for you.
Insight. $15.
Yeah, they look like they're pretty. They look like they're eating it, and they're arguing over who's going to eat it.
Okay. So it doesn't seem like that would be much interest to us. Is there anything else interesting around the room?
No, it's just the walls and the ceiling are the scab material, and there's this very large pool of blood that they're wading in.
Yeah, I don't see any reason we need to go over there.
Sure. So the imp can fly back?
Yep. I'll report to the team. What's
Okay,
that?
tell them what you saw.
You report? Oh,
They
Yeah,
look
you can
like
tell them
giant evil murlocs.
Yeah,
someone
giant
played
toad-like
Request?
creatures.
And what was the splashing sound?
There's a splashing sound.
Mm-hmm. They were in the blood.
We could hear splashing.
Oh, but because they were fighting in the blood.
Figured Weir wants to know that they're fighting in blood.
I gotcha. I'll
That's
paint the picture for you.
There was nothing of interest on that
Nope.
side.
So there was nothing of interest in the room, and there was nothing out of the ordinary on the dead body. It was just a normal bearded devil with his weapon,
all right.
and it looked like they wanted to fight over it to eat it.
Did weapon? You think it's
Yeah, glaive. One of their glaives that they usually have.
You can give me a religion check, Dobby.
While he's doing that, I'm going to use my disguise self to make myself look like Jackson Pollock.
Okay.
I don't know what Jackson looks like. I know who it is.
28 for the religion check.
I don't know what it looks like.
These are beasts. You've seen these. They're demons called Hezraus. They're a like a toad-like demon. They are not devils.
Okay, so we have a couple demons that are just scavenging a dead devil.
Yeah.
Heck,
I
do you
would
look like
like
a
to
Jackson
show you
Pollock?
one. I don't know if there's one that doesn't show the stats, but whatever.
Hex, do you look like a Jackson Pollock painting or Jackson Pollock himself?
I think the walls already themselves look like a Jackson Pollock painting. I'm not in love with this place. It's pretty gross.
I thought you were just like an older balding man, and I was just
All
so
right.
no, you look like a Jackson Pollock painting. And for all you out there, learn your art.
Learn your
gross.
art. Learn
It's
it.
interesting. Good. It's interesting.
All right. So that's going to be it for that section. If you'd like to go further south or you want to head back north, you can. Just tell me where you'd like to go, and we'll keep the marching order the same. So Colgath first, Lucius, Caddis, Hex, so on.
Dobby, did you say weapon? What? I like weapons.
It's a glaive that a bearded devil wields. Nothing worth our time. Let's continue on.
Let's continue on. I agree.
You don't think it's like a shield? Maybe it has some magical powers like a shield.
I wanna continue on.
It was not a shield, and it definitely didn't look magical.
We don't have time to waste. We need to keep moving.
Okay.
So
the
how about
eyes have it.
Another corridor with the imp.
All right, I'll check this corridor,
Okay.
and then
So
Nothing.
yeah, I'm going to use you again so you can see the imp goes down again. Another becomes very narrow to the point where you feel like anybody bigger than you or Weir would have a hard time getting through this passage.
Oh boy.
But the imp can get through, and the imp gets to this side right here. And once you get down a little further, you notice that the scab material is starting to get darker, perhaps harder. All right, so you enter into this smaller cavern than before. The other cavern was a little bigger. As I said, it was like a 40-foot by 20-foot room. This one's a little smaller, but it opens up into a. You see hordes of hellish flies buzzing around this dark chamber, which is strewn with mutilated devil corpses and gnawed bones. A hole in the floor reveals another dark cavern below this one. So there's a bunch of flies in here, and the imp, even though he's invisible, some of the flies are hitting into him, and they're starting to notice him, even though he's
if it's
invisible.
too small for everybody to get to. It's not. We can't really get there anyway. So imp will run away.
Okay, so he expeditiously retreats back before the flies can figure out what just happened. Okay, tell the group.
So another corridor that we can't really get through, except for me and Weir. And there was another
Even you two
passageway,
might have a
but-
hard time. This was smaller than the other one. This would be hard for most people to
Yeah,
get
it's
through.
very small. And there was another passageway, but too many demons, fly demon things. So I think we're better off looking the other way.
Let's
Okay.
move
To the north?
Let's check a different route.
Okay.
Kolgath takes his warhammer and just kind of like smacks it into the wall at pretty full strength to see what would happen. Near the
Yeah,
narrow
when you
part
do
of the
that,
corridor.
when you do that, your warhammer just like tears into the scab. It gives way very easily, and you are now covered in blood. Blood pours out from the wound and just splashes right onto, almost like a garden hose, like on full speed, just oozes out of you until, maybe a round later it starts to die down and starts to, the flow goes down and it starts to sealing itself up slowly.
Hex is actually going to vomit.
So
Yeah.
the passageway did not widen, or it did, but only for a short time.
I mean, you made a gaping hole in it. If you were to continuously beat into the scab, you could dig further. Yes, you probably would be able to. I need to give me a wisdom saving throw, by the way.
18. When the saving throw, I'm sorry, 20.
Oh, very good.
On.
Yeah. You do feel like the blood has, it does have some sort of adverse effect on you, but you're able to shrug it off and, control your mind. Okay. All right. So going through the northern area, Dobby, I'm going to take you again to use as the imp. This is a little bit wider, but still you'll have to crawl, but most people would be able to make it through. You travel down couple hundred, actually it's pretty far, it's like 150 feet to a much larger opening.
Was this the last
other than the
check?
true north direction? Yes. Mm-hmm.
And we didn't check that yet?
You did not. No. Would you like to go back?
You said everybody could fit so far?
This direction they could fit. You'd have to crawl, but you could fit. Everyone could fit through this.
I think it's worth checking if everybody could fit.
So
yeah.
If you were to go left to the west, you actually hear the buzzing flies again. So it looks like this might connect and loop around like a circle. If you were to go west, it continues on into a slightly more narrow passage that, again, larger creatures that have a hard time getting through, but you and the imp, maybe Weir, could make it. And once the imp goes to this cavern here, he sees some creatures, dretches, the ones that you saw before. You've encountered them quite a few times, actually. I'll show you a picture of the dretches, but they're kind of like a ape pig creature. I think I've even shown you this picture before.
Oh, yeah.
So you see these dretches, and you also see a very, very strange looking creature. It doesn't even look real. It almost looks like a black absence of light, and it looks to be overseeing what the dretches are doing. They're digging into the scab. Blood is spewing out as they're doing it.
Which way are they digging?
Down, south, further south.
Hey, okay, we all have something to think about. Bob, can you give Hex control of my character?
Yeah.
Because I'm having a lot of trouble moving in the darkness.
You could just tell me where you want to go, and I could do it too. But I'll give Hex
at
control.
this point, I've always been in the front. At this point.
Yeah, you're always in the front. Yeah.
I'm very nervous. I'm very trying to protect my friends. Like, totally in the front.
You're in the front. Yeah, I'll try to give Hex control instead.
Thank you, because Hex is working hard to try to keep my view, so I appreciate it. But I'm
sure Hex should be able to control. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay.
Dobby,
so,
did you pass along that info to us?
So basically, we can go this way. Everybody can fit. And we can get to that other passageway. It leads back to where those flies were that we ran away from. And there was another passageway in that room, but I didn't explore it. But now this passage gives everybody a way to get there. But there's a whole bunch of flies and there's other enemies like the dredges very close by.
Yeah,
so
there was.
It might not be worth it until we check the other direction.
Yeah, let's check the last one too.
There was another path up top, right?
Yeah, there was a true north direction.
Yeah.
Should we not just wait for these creatures to finish digging the hole and then kill them?
We can't actually get to those creatures. They're
We also don't have time to spare right now.
Yeah, also, Kolgas, we don't know what else is in here. And right now we have the element of...
It looks like it's swarming with
sneak.
demons and devils, and any loud noise can draw their attention.
I was able to tear the scar apart, but it did take some effort. I'm not going to lie and say it's easy, but I was able to dig.
Let's check the true north and then make a decision from there.
Yeah. Can I hop on your horse for a second?
Where would you like to go? One 1 copper a mile. That's all she takes.
I give him 47 gold.
Okay, I'm recording it.
So this is a much more wide passage like the one that you initially entered into. Nobody would have a problem getting through this area. And Dobby, you see where I'm moving your character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a much wider passage. Anybody will be able to traverse it. You get to a part where you'd be able to go west or kind of like a southwest or continue going east. And in this case, you do hear some noise coming from both direction. Not both directions. You do hear some noise coming from the southwest direction. When the imp explores into this area, you see another large pool of blood. This time, you see different creatures that are there in this area. There's a pool of blood in the center of the chamber. There are 5 goat-headed demons reeking of rot that crouch along the edges of the pool. They're staring at a corpse that's floating in the blood.
I take a closer look at the corpse.
Yeah, so the corpse looks like an old lady.
Ooh.
Like a person?
Perhaps, yes. It's hard to tell from the face-down image, but it looks like a person, maybe an older lady who's, graying hair.
Is she wearing anything or holding anything?
Nothing of note. Maybe just some robes.
And I can't flip her over without those goats seeing, right?
Probably not. But the imp is being silent, right?
Right.
The imp's not saying anything, doing it. Yeah. So flipping it over would be an obvious indication something's there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you see those, and you can probably see them now. I made them visible.
Okay, so I'll tell the group what I see. Does that sound like anything of interest to us?
Is it Maggie?
It's hard to tell unless you were to inspect the body.
She was mighty good to us.
I could throw a rock and hope they look that way and then quickly turn the body or something.
Maybe we just kill them.
Well,
What's
what
the
would
other
you like
way?
to do, group?
To the east.
To the east?
Bob, Kolgoth allowed me to fly on his horse.
Sure.
I want to fly right up to the window and see if I can see anything through it.
Sure. What is your alignment?
Neutral. Straight neutral.
Okay. No, you can't see into it. It doesn't have anything. There's no vision, no visibility through it. Yeah, you can't see into it at all. You can go right up to it, put your nose on it, and you don't see it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But
There was
Where would you
a
like to go?
fork in that road that we just left, right?
There was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
To go east.
Correct. Further east, yep.
Can I take a quick look over there?
Sure. So back to the cavern, you pass the goat option, and this is a smaller cavern that people have to crawl through, but you enter into here and you see a pool of blood that is being filled from a leak in the ceiling. So it looks like there is a wound in the ceiling and lots of blood is oozing down into this area, filling the bottom portion like a pool.
Are there any other passageways?
No, this looks like a dead end.
Nothing in the room?
Nothing in the room.
All right. So it sounds like we have 2 options. We can go and investigate the body of the old lady, or we can go to the room with the flies and the judges to try and fight our way into the other passageway that was below the flies.
I think our best bet is taking out the goats.
I want to see the body.
Yeah.
both
Can
ways
Lulu
I
look through the window?
kill, I'm happy.
Okay.
Let's try the body.
Did everybody
wants to
try
look through
looking
the
through
window?
this window?
Yeah, can Lulu look through the window, or can we all I feel like
Well, ask her.
Lulu will look, but she
Through the
can't see
window?
anything. However, when Lulu looks through the window, she gains 20 temporary hit points.
Nice.
I'm
And
gonna
she
go
feels
look through the window.
regenerative. She feels like a healing aura just come over her, and she obviously gains those temporary hit points. And
Anybody else want to look through the window?
Olga will look through the window.
Anyone have
What's-
a G in their alignment?
What's your alignment, Kolgath?
Awful neutral.
Yeah, could
Oh,
I
did
could
you
I
say-
look then? I'm neutral good.
I'm neutral good.
Yeah, you can all kind of go up there and like rub your bodies all over it, hoping you get temporary hit points. But it seems like Lulu took the temporary hit points. It does not
Good
give
for her.
anybody else temporary
Cool,
hit points.
Lulu.
Damn it,
She
Lulu.
deserved it.
You're selfish.
Well, to be fair,
her.
you all told her to go do it. You wanted her to do it.
This is true. This is
True.
true.
We didn't tell her
'Cause
to
you
take
were all
all the
too-
temporary hit points.
You were all too
Bob, I
scared that
wanted
something
to
bad would
cast
happen.
Shatter, but I did.
Let's move on.
All right, so you wanted to go see the body?
Yeah.
Okay, so move your characters up north. We'll go this direction. I'll bring Kolgath
Thank you.
to the front. I take it you're approaching stealthily, right?
Got past without trace. Yep.
Yeah.
As stealthily as a paladin in plate armor can
Am I
be.
over here, Bob?
Over here.
The order doesn't really matter on the map because I'm just going based on the order you told me. So
How do I?
We're at like the top center of the map.
Hey Bob,
I-
can I just
I-
leave the skeleton and imp behind until?
yeah, you don't need them. Yep.
Because
mhm.
it's hard to move
I
everything.
can't get up.
We're not going to use it, so it's fine.
Mr. Lucius, you never wanted to cast Shatter on that window?
I wanted to, but I'm not going to.
Okay. Mr. Dobby,
Oh.
can't you like recast and cast your familiar within 30 feet of where you are at all times? Can you try?
I think it's cast as a ritual, which takes 10 minutes. Or actually, I can de-summon it.
As an action, no?
Yeah.
You in a bit?
The imp, you mean?
Yeah, I not de-summon it, but I could send it to the other plane and wait.
Yeah, you can.
for-
You can call it off. Yeah. hmm
Can you
Why,
try to recast it on the other side of the window and see if that gives more insight?
Why is it something on we can't get to the other side?
None
Correct.
of us can see inside.
Although you have a feeling there's very powerful magic that is protecting this place, even without an Arcana check, you would know that. So perhaps it's
I've-
not about just being able
I've
to teleport.
lost hockey one too many
Yeah.
times.
That's true.
Sorry, John got in the way of Colgath. I'm sorry.
So let's talk about this description again. So I'm going to read it one more time so we can all get a very good visual before you decide what you want to do here. This is a pool of blood filling the center of the chamber. There are 5 goat-headed demons, and they reek of rot that crouch along the edge of the pool. They're staring at a floating corpse that is face down in the blood. You have your pass without trace, so that you don't think that they see you or know that you're coming. You believe that you would be surprising them.
Bob, could you move my token?
It doesn't. The tokens
really
don't matter.
laggy.
Remember, we're not using the map for the combat. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
I just
don't
don't
worry
know
about
where
it.
everyone went now.
That's okay. I can move you, but you don't need to have your character there if you feel like you're being left out.
All right, Gloot, tell me when you're ready, and I'm gonna run in.
All right. So yeah, who wants to? What do you want to do?
Well,
There-
we could use surprise to our advantage here. So,
Yeah. So maybe chill on the run in.
Well,
like, I
that's
can.
why I said, tell me when you're ready. But all right.
Can I have a good area of effect spell I could do.
I can put a good protection spell on you before you run in.
Ooh.
I'd be loving getting a bit of haste.
I'm gonna
Haste.
save
Let's not
all
get
of-
hasty here.
So do you want to like creep up on them? Is that basically what you want to do?
At least one of us should try, right? Go full Assassin's Creed on him.
I think someone should cast a spell and then go in before
Yeah.
we go.
I could
If you have it to spare.
I have a good area of effect spell.
Are they
Sure.
Are they scary looking? Can I even me with my like terrible perception? Can I like perceive if they're tough looking?
Well, so one thing's you guys can see because you have dark vision. Lucius and anybody cast light. Do you still have light cast?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, I
cast it
probably
also.
would.
I mean, I got
Yeah.
60-foot dark vision, so tell
Well,
me.
they can probably see the light coming.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're walking around dark tunnels carrying literal torches. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, they so then we'll have to retcon this a bit. So they are facing the direction of the light when Kolgath is the first to kind of come down here. You see them and they are looking at you. They probably would be able to be ready because of the light source this time. The imp didn't need light, but
Olgath has dark vision, but yeah, I still think the light would be behind him.
yeah, the light would give it away. So these goat creatures are looking at you and ready to fight. So we'll jump into combat here. So again, the way we're going to do combat, and this time is theater of the mind. I gave you a description of the area. I'm going to try to be as descriptive as possible with where I say they go. Part of this is processes, and I know we don't do combats a lot this way. We usually have the maps because there are good maps for this, but in this way, I'll try to say this creature goes next to you, or is within. Everything in this area is not too far away. So like most of the time, you'll be able to get to an area within one move, unless it's something that's kind of really far away. You want to run back to the other side or something. But being vague in some cases is actually a little good because you can imagine it, the way you see it. I will try to interpret what you're trying to do, and I usually would give you the benefit of the doubt in most cases because we don't have a map to say, oh, I am definitely 35 feet away, something like that. So we'll kind of play it a little loose, and I think that will add to the immersion here. So these goat creatures, I'm going to move Kolgath just a little closer so you can see them, Kolgath, and everybody else, I'm going to move you down into the chamber here so that you can kind of see them, even though you don't need to use your models to move. Okay. So these goat creatures spring into action as you descend into their lair. We're going to start with a roll-off. Let's begin with the character. Any one character can roll a d20 so that we can just pick the initiative order.
Good luck, Luke.
Woo!
A 20 for Lucius. Great.
Oh.
All right, so the Kolgath, it seems like you would go first. The order is Kolgath, Lucius, Caddis, Hex, Weir, Eroviel, and Dobby.
Oh, we have to go in that order?
Yeah, we said for the purposes of this, it'll be much easier to go in the order of our marching order.
Oh, okay.
Especially the fact that we're, we don't have us on a grid specifically.
Makes
right,
sense to
Kolgath.
makes sense to me. So I'm gonna run up to that closest person there.
Oh.
Yep, the closest goat. Yep.
Yep, the closest goat, and I'm gonna take a swing.
Good. Okay. And just to be clear, these goats are on the edge of the pool of blood. They're not in the blood. So you run up to the kind of the shore between the pool and the scab, and you take a hack at them. Go ahead.
Yeah, like a nice big like. Finally, I'm ready. That's not wonderful. The first attack is a 15 to hit.
A 15 will hit.
Sweet. Shit. Sorry. Cool. I was not prepared.
Strike
for
2.
15. Yeah. All right. So 15, just no spells, just going at it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sweet. That's a 15 damage on my first attack.
Okay, 15. Got it.
Second attack is going to be a 23 to hit. So that'll hit.
Mm-hmm.
And now I will attack with a just normal attack. Let's conserve. Yeah. Let's conserve. That's a 12 damage.
Okay, great. So total was 12, and the first one was, what was it, 17? Or I took the damage off, so it's actually...
I don't remember, I'm sorry.
You did 27 damage in total.
Okay.
All right, so Kolgath runs up and hits with the hammer on the first goat creature. The next goat creature one of the other goat creatures will come up as well. Again, this is not a three-dimensional map, so it comes up and it gets on the other side of Kolgath. It's going to try to...
I'm sorry to cut you off, but my bonus action?
Yeah, what did you want to do?
Shield of Faith.
Sure. So your AC becomes...
24.
24, gotcha.
you like me to change it in roll 20, or you're good?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
So the goat creature, one of the further goat creatures, runs up to help its friend. There, two of them are kind of flanking you now, but there are your friends are coming. You're close. They're about a move behind you. So we've got one of these creatures going to use an attack on you. It's going to leap in the air and try to hit you with its hooves. Oh, but it's not going to hit. No. So it clatters onto your armor and looks stunned at how hard you were to hit. We go to Lucius. You're next. You're about to move away from these goat creatures now. I also need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do I get John's bonus? Or
No,
Colgath's
he's far away from you now.
10 feet.
Yeah, he charged up at these goats.
bonus? Oh, it's pretty good. 18.
Okay, you do smell the stench of these goat creatures, and it's pretty revolting. You feel like to stand near them would be very challenging. And Colgath, you obviously smell this too now, but it's at the start of your turn. So
Yep.
okay, so go ahead, Lucius.
I would say that is in conjunction with what I plan to do. So I'm gonna. I don't know if I'm close enough to see that first one that he hit with the light.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to cast Toll the Dead on the first one that he hit. It's gonna be
Okay, still staying like a move behind.
Yeah,
You're not
I'm
moving up
rushing
closer.
in.
Yeah.
I'm not rushing in.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. So roll. Let's see, a saving throw.
It's what kind of save is it, Dobby? Do you remember?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay, so 16.
It's gonna pass.
Damn. That's too bad.
Yeah, it's gonna pass.
I'm gonna turn back to my party members and say, if you have ranged attacks, use them well, because a foul stench can affect you.
They stink. All right, so we go to the other goats. We're gonna have more goats aid their fellow companions. Now they're starting to swarm onto Colgath. AC 14, correct? 24. Sorry, I know I said 14. 24, yeah. All right, I got one crit, and I think that's probably going to be the only way they're going to really hit you. So this one is going to, again, leap over the pool of blood and connect with you. It's going to hit you with its hooves. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It's going to hit you with its tail.
So just a heads up, because I want to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm still on my horse, right?
You can be, yes. Mm-hmm.
Or did it get too narrow? This whole time in my mind I was, and we talked about it. I flew with Lucius. So I don't know who you're attacking or what, but I feel like I want to be fair. I'm still
No,
on
it's
that.
fine. You no, the path that you just went on was the wider path. It's 10 feet high. I don't think that there would be any reason why you have to go first. The other paths that you could have gone on would have been too difficult for your horse to go on. So, but they're attacking you though. And you're going to end up taking, let's see. Where is
They
it?
crit me.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It crit you. Yeah. So you're going to end up taking 9 piercing damage from the hit. And I also need a Constitution saving throw. It's poison, though, so if you are immune to that, or...
I am resistant. I don't believe I'm immune.
Okay, so then you can get it. You get advantage on this on the save. So roll with advantage for the poison.
Sorry, quick check just to make sure. I'm pretty sure dwarves are just resistant.
And then we're going to go to Caddis next.
Poison resistance. Okay, so with advantage. Sorry. Constitution, yes?
Yeah.
First one's a 9, but with advantage, I roll an 11.
An
Can
11?
you
Okay.
add your bonus though?
That's your
Wow.
total.
Bad rolls.
Yeah.
No. These are Colgath rolls. They just roll. This is just rolls.
So as the tail slashes you, in between your armor plating, you feel the area become really hot, and you can feel festering boils start to appear on the skin where the cut was.
Oh, wonderful. And you said 9. So no other. It was just the 9 piercing.
Correct. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Thank
So
you, sir.
your your maximum hit points is reduced by 5.
Oh, yay.
Okay. All right. So that's your deal right now. Let's
Can I,
go
with
to Caddis.
small reaction, say, "Holy shit, these guys hurt. Stay back."
Yep. Caddis, you are up, sir.
Yeah. Do I, if I take a couple steps forward, do I notice anyone that's not within 5 feet of Kolgath?
There are 3 at the moment. There are 3 of these goat creatures that are within 5 feet of Kolgath. The other 2 are on the edges of the pool. Look like they're about to attack.
Attack one of the ones that are back by the pool.
Sure. With what?
Was Ice Knife. That's a 24 to hit.
That'll hit. Yep.
And then anyone within 5 feet will take damage. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Of 16.
It's going to fail.
All right, so that does 6 damage, and then it's an additional 2d6, an additional 6, so 12 damage total.
So was this the splash over damage on a nearby creature, or?
The one that got hit gets the full 12. And then anyone within 5 gets that 6.
Yeah, the other the other goat creatures that are on the outskirts of the pool, they have not joined the fray, so they're not close to each other yet. They're like on opposite sides of this little lake of blood. But you do hit, and it does fail, so it takes 12 cold damage.
Yes.
All right. You don't think all of the damage went through?
Awesome.
All right.
Of course not.
Okay. You just can't get your elements right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. I'll put the creatures separate for just so that you can see like the key creatures that you're hitting. These 2 are further back than the rest of them, but they're not close to each other. They're like on opposite ends of the lakes. This little lake here. All right, so now we go to the rest of the goats. I'm going to have the goat that's been attacked first strike against Kolgath. It's going to miss, but it tries to run away from you, Kolgath. You can get an attack of opportunity as it climbs the walls. You know how goats can like scale very like sheer. Well, yeah, exactly. Cliff faces. It does that. So it tries to kind of get away from you and climb up about 20 to 25 feet up on the wall.
Well, I'm definitely hitting this mobile. That's a 26.
All right, so you do hit. Yeah, so this is the one you've hit before, so this could hurt. Roll your damage, and then after we do this, Hex is up next, then Weir.
Sounds good.
Oh, okay, 14 damage.
Okay, great. It's still up, but it's definitely bloodied.
Okay.
Okay, and Hex, you're up.
I want to level my longsword packed weapon at the one that looks the most bloodied right now. That just Kolgath just attacked.
The one that's most bloodied is now 25 feet up on the wall. But there are 2 surrounding Kolgath at the edge of the lake. 2 more about to join the fray.
Are there any on the far side of the lake, perchance, that are not in the blood that I can maybe get into the blood?
You want to get into the blood?
I want them to get into the blood. I want to drag them with my Eldritch Blast.
Oh yes, you can. There are 2 that are near Kolgath that you can definitely push into the. Yeah, and Kolgath didn't attack these 2, but none of them, other than the one that's on the ceiling, is really too effective.
I'm gonna go for the one on the ceiling. Then I'm gonna pull him off that ceiling if I can.
Sure. Go ahead.
Eldritch Blast. I want to send I pre-rolled these, so do a 14, 19, 27, or 30 hit.
14, 19, 27, 30.
Yeah.
They all hit.
Great. So the damage is going to be 12, 15, 10, and 12. So with 24, 34.
You annihilate him. You blast
49.
him off. Yeah.
That's
you don't even
done.
need to. Yeah. After 2 blasts, he's dead. So you
Great.
can actually direct the other 2 at another one if you'd like.
All right. So after the first 2, I'll send the next 2 into that'll do 22 to 10 and 12 to this one on the north of Kolgath here.
Minus 22.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So the 2 Kolgath, you see just this massive Eldritch Blast volley take down the one that you just swung at and hit, killing it as it falls into the pool of blood. the other two around you are taking shots now.
Yeah, Hex, that's my boy. Let's go.
All right, so the final goat creature is gonna come in. We'll take some more attacks on Kolgath, but they realize this may not be a fight that they can win. They're not going to hit you either. Both of them move in, so the rest of the characters will go. It's going to be Weir, Eroviel, and Dobby. Weir, you're up.
All right, how far apart all are the
They're
ones...
all converged on Kolgath now. They're all within 5 feet of him and the pool.
So, I mean, I'm looking at them with my character. I don't know if I'm allowed to. I'm sorry.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd like to hit the 3 in the back. So I'm going to pick a point 20 feet behind
Sure.
those 3.
Yeah, I'd say
I'm
you
going
can
to cast-
put your effect like kind of over the lake, and it'll catch everybody up to Kolgath, right?
Like over here where I just dropped my
Yeah.
character.
That's fine. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah, so it'll just hit those 3 behind Kolgath. It's called Gravity Sinkhole.
Okay.
So
What saving throw is it again?
it is
were
a
just talking about this.
Constitution save. If they fail, they're pulled back to that point.
I believe they're all going to fail. Your save is pretty high, right?
It is a 17.
17. Okay, yeah, they're all going to fail.
Okay, so it's 5d10 force damage, and they're all pulled back 20 feet to that point.
Nice.
Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 10, 12, 16, 24.
All right, so we're going to go
29
to
force damage to each.
Yep. How many?
To each. 29.
29. Nice. Okay. So the
yeah.
one that was hit by Hex's bolt looks like it is near death. Definitely. They're all bloodied, and this one is near death. Okay. So we go to, unless you have bonus action or anything else to do, movement. Eroviel.
No, I mean, I'm going to stay in the back. So
Okay.
just kind of away.
Sure. So you just saw an impressive display here, Eroviel. The sinkhole opened up, sucking 2 of the goat creatures backwards, doing massive amounts of damage to everybody. You saw a volley of eldritch blasts. What do you do?
I'm going to try to shoot. I have some poison arrows I haven't used yet. I don't know if they'll be immune to it, but we're going to try. So I'm going to try to shoot a poison arrow at the one closest to me, I suppose.
Okay, great. The one that's still near Kolgath? Sure. You don't need to roll. They are immune. You can hit, and you can tell they are immune to the poison. But you'll do the is it just poison damage or is it arrow damage as well?
I feel like it should be arrow damage as well, because it was
It's like poison tipped arrow. Yeah, go ahead, do the roll. Do the roll. Yeah. The poison damage you do not have to roll.
Eroviel, is that poison or is that the ones you dipped in the
No, not the Ichor. No, it's poison.
Okay.
I have ones I dipped in Ichor, and I have poison arrows as well.
Yeah, so roll the poison. Just roll like a regular arrow, basically.
Okay, so that would be 13 damage.
Okay, 13. Got it.
on
That
guy.
one is dead.
He's dead? Okay, and then I have my second attack. Is there one that's left alive that has damage done to them already? Or
They're all alive and they all have damage.
they all have damage? Okay, then I'll shoot the next closest one.
Sure.
Oh, I guess they're all in a row. The one on top.
They're all being right now pulled into this sinkhole in the middle of the pool of blood.
Okay, I'll shoot whichever one of them has the most damage done to them. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
which one
they're
that
all
is.
the same,
They're all
but yeah, it's
similar.
fine.
Okay, so that'll be a 17 to hit.
That hits?
That hits. And that'll be 7, and then Colossus Slayer, so 13 plus 8, 21 damage.
21. Great. Okay. All right, and then we go to Dobby, last but not least.
So does that leave just one of them alive?
There are 3 alive, but they're all pretty injured. They're now being...
Okay.
Weird, does that vortex continue, or is that a one-time deal?
No, it just pulls them there for the moment.
Okay, so they're waiting in the pool of blood.
So I will do my own attack, so Toll the Dead, and then I'll do my Angel Zombies next.
Okay, so Toll the
So-
Dead on the really weakened one, right?
Sure.
Okay, fails. Go ahead, do your damage.
Uh, 16.
Okay, great. It's gone.
And I'll just have all the zombies attack the other one.
Gotcha. Go ahead. Yep,
They're
the
just gonna
bows.
slam.
With bows, yeah.
So it'll be 1 crit, and it looks like. Does a 13 hit?
13 does not hit. By the way, I feel like my roll 20 just kind of lagged out a little bit. Do you still see 3 goat creatures?
Yes.
Ew. Yep.
So the two non-crits are gonna do 16 damage,
Gotcha.
and the crit is, how do we do crits again? It's the full d6 plus the roll.
The full, yes. So it does the automatic max, and then you roll the second dice.
So it'll be 6 plus 8 plus d6. It'll be another 16 from the crit.
Okay, so the one from Toll the Dead was dead. The one from that volley of arrows is now dead. There's only one left. So we'll go to the top of the order here. We'll see if the goat can get one more turn in. Let's go to roll a d20. I got a
Can
4.
I roll up if I'm going first? Does
Anybody
anyone
can
have a
roll, yep.
problem?
Anybody can roll, yep.
Oh, well, when you roll a 4, I'm even more confident.
Yeah.
And
Three.
Colgat lives another day. That'll be a 2, boys and girls.
All right, so the goat's going to start. It's going to scale up on top here and basically sneer at you from the wall. It basically does not want you to come near it. It's not approaching you, kind of backs off. But yeah. Colgath, you're up. It's far enough away from you. It's moving like to the end of the pool area so that it doesn't it gets far away from you as possible. So you're not near the area of this stench effect.
Colgath, in a very weird moment of clarity, says, "What are you doing here?"
Let's see. Can they even speak to you? That's a good question. Can they speak? Well, it definitely doesn't. Whatever it does say or speaks to you, it doesn't speak in common. That's for sure.
Well, we all speak a bunch of languages.
That's true. Actually, I think Aroviel does speak Abyssal, right?
I do. Yes.
Yeah. Let me see.
Do I hear what he said?
Let's see. Yeah. So it doesn't speak. It speaks telepathically in Abyssal. So only Aroviel will understand, but it could speak to all of you. And it's saying to leave it alone, to go on. It doesn't want to fight.
We need to see that corpse, though.
It says to you that it will leave. The corpse is yours.
It could warn others.
Kill it.
Before Aroviel tells me anything, I cast Toll the Dead on it.
Okay.
And Colgath runs forward and hits it in the face with his hammer.
So it's on the other side of the pool. So you would have to go into the pool to do it.
I'll Eldritch Blast it.
Sure. If you have ranged attacks, you
Yes.
can make a ranged attack roll right now. Toll the Dead, it's going to fail.
I stand on the edge of the pool defending my friends.
12.
I rolled a 28 and a 21.
Both hit, and we'll do enough damage to kill it. So after Aroviel
being
tries
brutal.
to chat with it, the rest of the group destroys it. Now, Aroviel's speaking in Abyssal, right? So the group didn't
Brutal.
even know like what it said or anything. They just fucking just destroy it before anything else. So you do have a little bit out there. You didn't know what it was saying. Okay, so the goat creatures are destroyed, and you can check out the body in the blood. How do you want to retrieve this body?
On the horse.
Okay, so Kolgath can
I have
fly
mage
over.
hand. I don't know.
Mage Hand, it's too heavy for Mage Hand, but Kolgath can pick it
Right,
up on the
push it.
horse.
Okay.
All right, so
I'll fly over and grab it by like the scruff of its, back
Yeah.
or neck and try to bring it back. Yeah.
yeah, this is the old creature, and you inspect it. It looks like an old woman. She's wearing tattered robes. You find a belt pouch that contains a diamond. There's also a small flask of water. Yep, and that's it. That's all the belongings she has.
How
Do we,
much is
do
the
we
diamond
recognize
worth?
her?
Recognize her?
You do not recognize her. It's not
Would you
Mad.
say-
It's not Mad Gear. No, that was a prediction. Somebody said.
Would you say it's a diamond worth at least 300 gold?
Yeah, that was my question.
Give me a like an insight check.
We get jewelry check.
I'm very
There
good.
actually used to be in 3.0 there was appraisal.
Really? Wow, that's awesome.
Appraisal
Wow.
skill.
Oh boy, that's a 28.
Let's go.
You think this is probably worth thousands of gold pieces.
I take it.
Do we
Trying to do a
recognize it as
resurrection
something
spell.
that we use to resurrect Dobby?
So we could probably chop it up into little 300 gold pieces.
I take it remembering that I may have used one of these in the past
Sure.
to cast a very high level spell.
Does the woman have any markings on her body, scars or tattoos or anything like that?
Lots of scars. It looks like she was killed by these goat creatures. Yeah, lots of bite wounds, that sort of thing.
What
Is it-
stage of decomposition is her body in? Like, how long has she been dead?
Alright,
Not
bones.
very long, but you'd have to take a
Ooh.
medicine check to determine how long.
Is someone? I have +3 to medicine.
Just go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, why
I'll
not?
go
You're not gonna lose.
Okay. 15.
Probably within the last day or two.
So we're not the only
Yeah.
ones trying to get the sword. There's someone else.
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Woman.
Very clear.
All right, so where to next? Would you like
guys
to do
wanna go
anything
back
else in
down
this
the passage
pool
that we
area, or
could
would you like
access?
to go backwards? Because I think Dobby was
Oh.
not too keen on going this way, to the east.
Ooh.
No, it was too small for everybody to get through. But there, one more way is we can go over to the flies, and there's another passageway in that room.
That's
Caddis
true.
just brought up a really fair point, though.
What? Hex?
Caddis just brought up a really interesting point.
I could cast reincarnate on this humanoid if that's something we are potentially interested in.
Ooh.
We're looking for questions, at least.
It said it provides the creature has been dead no longer than 10 days. The spell forms a new adult body for it and then calls the soul to enter that body. If the target's soul isn't free or willing to do so, the spell fails. Let's see.
Does it have any insane material cost?
Also, does
Oh.
it stay reincarnated forever, or is it like temporary? Because it might
It's
be
like-
worth using that.
It
Go
does
ahead.
have some insane rare oils and worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Well, we just got that down.
And
Yeah, but it's
what
not.
is
It's not actually gold. I guess.
it?
I don't know.
Unguns UN. That's weird.
Could that
I'm
spell
going
be
to.
used
I'm
bring
switching
someone
back
in the-
the view right now to the reveal, like the fog of war, because I kind of do want you to be able to see stuff that's going on. Because the combat itself doesn't matter, but I think might be better for you all to, with John not being able to see everything so easily. I'm going to move it back to the view where everybody can see like the paths, so that way it's a little more clear as to which directions you can go.
Oh, okay, cool.
Wow.
I appreciate
Um,
it. Thank you.
Can that
If
spell
it was all
reincarnate
running
you
perfectly,
to-
I'd say maybe we'll screw John, but I want to make sure you see it.
Not Tim was super helpful. So when necessary, it really wasn't a problem.
Okay. Well, this is where you're at so far. These are the areas you've explored. I'll open up the bigger area, the bigger tunnel. That's where you came in. You've explored this area. You went down there. Dobby went down this path, saw this area right here, and he also went down this area. Yeah, so you kind of saw all these things so far.
Where is that one path that was behind all the flies? Is that all the way on the bottom middle?
Right here. This is the flies.
And then that path right below the flies to the left is the path I saw?
Yeah, you didn't go down here.
Right. I just saw it from a distance.
Yeah, you didn't go down here, but yes.
The flies was this little skinny path, right? That we
Once you got into this area, there are flies here.
Yeah, but we couldn't fit that
and
way.
this is where the dretches are. I'm going to reveal that area too. Okay. All right, so now all the areas have been revealed. Let's continue on. Where would you like to go?
Were we talking in character? Or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then I'm quiet.
All right. I'm gonna say, Dobby, where do you think we should go based on what you were able to see?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry. What?
Where they're asking you for where they think they should go.
The only other path that everybody could fit, which I'm not even sure if everybody could fit, is the path that I couldn't explore by the flies.
So, heading down this route and getting down to the flies down here.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would seem to be the way to go then, right?
All right.
Do you want to continue on this way at all?
So we can go down the pathway to the left with the flies. If we go to the right towards the dredges, that pathway is too small for us to fit through.
Oh, gotcha.
So the only way that maybe we could fit is to the flies, but I couldn't see how big that passage was.
This passage right here it's not that big. In some areas you'd have to crawl through, but everyone could make it. In this area, which again seems to be a circle, is much harder for people to crawl through. You might not be able to. John would not be able to bring his horse through either passageway.
Do you think we could cut through the smaller passage or the medium passage?
We all saw what happened to Colgath when we tried to cut through.
Well, actually, we didn't, and I have no idea what happened.
You did?
The man's covered in blood.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
He sensed it was evil.
Why don't we stand at a distance and blast it open?
No, let's go this way.
Well, there are a lot of demons around, so they might hear us.
Yeah.
Bring them on. Let's
go down this way.
So I need everybody to give me a we'll say acrobatics check to like kind of shimmy down this area if you're not small. So if you're small, you can do it. You can crawl without problem. Everyone else needs to give me an acrobatics check.
We're good.
I know. I just wanted to do it anyway because I got.
I actually have a
expertise
good
in
acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
I have a good acrobatics.
Right, Mister?
I have a plus 11.
What?
I got to choose expertise.
He's
That's my proficiency.
He's a dexterity-based character. Bob, dwarves are medium, not small, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, and John, I'm going to give you disadvantage on this because of the armor.
Yep.
You tall dwarf.
I am. I'm like 5'1".
All right. So, Roviel, you're good. Caddis, it looks like you're good. You rolled an 11 plus your acrobatics, which I'm sure is a...
Can I give...
I rolled an 8, Bob.
Oh, an 8. Sorry. Never mind. You failed. Yeah. Go ahead, Weir.
Can I give Colgath a bardic inspiration?
Did he roll the dice yet?
I don't know.
I didn't say them out loud.
Sure.
I wanted to do that once you said he had disadvantage. I don't know if that's
go ahead. But... Yeah, give him the dice. Sure.
Yeah, you can have one. It's a D10 now.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that is actually way more important.
That's huge.
So, what did you get in total, Colgath?
With or without the bardic inspiration? Should I make it interesting?
Well, it's up to you to decide if you're going to use it now.
Yeah, you have to use it before he tells you.
No, so I'm actually going to hang on to it.
Okay, so what'd you get in total for your acrobatics?
So I rolled a 19 on the first die, and then with disadvantage, I rolled a 4, and my acrobatics is +0, so a 4. Mister.
Okay, so you're going to fail too. All right. So,
Yep.
Caddis...
Sorry, would I have presence of mind to cast guidance on myself before I crawl through this thing?
You could, yeah, you could, yeah.
Thank you, Weir.
You're welcome.
Promise it's going to be useful at some point. I promise.
So Caddis and Kolgath, and unless Lucius rolls right now, it's really okay. So 14. As you're going through, your armor, or maybe a scabbard weapon, whatever you're carrying, anything dangling off your body, catches onto parts of the scab, tearing it open and pouring blood all over you. Give me wisdom saving throws for the two of you.
Ooh. All right.
John, am I good to stop screen sharing on Google too?
Yeah.
You can also use it on this, Kolgath.
I think you guys will get the +2 from Kolgath because you're pretty close.
It's a
Yeah.
saving throw, right?
Mm-hmm. Saving throw, yeah. Wisdom saving throw.
Thank you. Yeah, Hex, all good. Just if we ever go back.
Yep.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
7
So
once all
what'd you
the
get in
bonuses
total,
are
Kolgath?
added.
I don't think I can use a bardic inspiration on a critical 1, can I?
I think you can. It's just would probably still fail. A 1 doesn't auto fail on a saving throw, so. But it's
Well.
probably not good. So Kolgath, the blood that covers you this time, you gain a character flaw. For the next 8 hours, you have this flaw: I am cruel and uncaring toward others. So really, nothing changes. But
I think things get worse.
things might get worse. I am
Yes.
cruel and uncaring towards others for the next 8 hours.
8 hours. Okay.
Which
This
is basically
flaw-
the rest of the game.
This flaw overrides any conflicting personality trait that you may have. So if you have if your character trait was I am extremely caring towards others, this would override it.
So one more time. I am cool and uncaring.
Not cool. Cruel.
Cruel.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
You are
Cruel
cruel
and
and uncaring.
uncaring.
I mean, you're cool too, but
Cool
now you
kids
are
aren't
cruel.
uncaring.
And you like the taste of gruel.
Yes. All right, so you get to the edge here, and you do hear the humming of the flies that are here, but unless you go into this cavern, you probably won't, they'll just be on their, minding their business. If you were to go to the to the east, that's where the Dretches and that shadowy looking creature were.
Have we encountered these flies before?
No, they're not the wasps. They're like actual small insect size, but it looks like there's swarms of them there that would be pretty. You wouldn't want to go and mess with them.
All right. And so the DM speaks.
Well, no, I mean you can. You're more
of
than
course.
welcome. You're more than welcome to try to get past them. It's like sneak past them.
I'm totally welcome to ignore your warnings.
Yeah, I'm just saying they did look like because based on what the imp did, if you went close to them, they would probably attack. Like they were noticing the imp was there. They were getting frustrated.
If only we had a fireball to blow them all up with.
Hmm. By the way, Kolgath, your horse cannot come down this path, so it's going to stay up here, right?
Yep, I'm gonna
Or are
leave
you
it.
dismissing it?
No, I don't feel like there's a benefit to dismissing. I'm gonna leave it there, and it can still
Okay.
communicate with me.
Sure. All right, so let's move our characters down. I'll bring you to the bottom here.
Just to so my new alignment. Holy crap, everyone! What the hell? Make a decision. Let's go on already. The hell's wrong with you?
I like it. I like this Kolgath.
Just don't understand. Go forward.
So you shout that, and you hear the Dretches on the other side of this small entryway here start to shriek, and you hear some motion coming from down the area here.
Don't love that at all.
Kolgath notices the noise.
Yes, the screeching of the pig-like demons. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I take a mage hand and put it over Kolgath's mouth?
Sure, you do that. Yeah.
This.
As his 10-pound mage hand goes, I'm walking forward like, oh, some more creatures that want some fun.
Sure. So
And I
let's
move forward.
let's move yourself to the edge here, and let's jump into combat. Everybody can move their characters one to follow him if you prefer. If you don't want to follow him, you could stay back. But I figured you can, at least as you know, he's basically going to fight, so you can follow him or not.
I'll
All right.
kind of follow, but also whisper, like, "Look what you've done."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pointed.
Everybody's pissed off at Kolgath now.
Let's make some guanciale.
Okay, so let's start. Let's roll some dice. I didn't hear the last comment, but I heard one laugh.
He's not only cruel, he's also super Italian.
Yep. I don't know what's worse.
Hey now, you have other Italians on the stream here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
11.
That was your third strike, John.
11.
I think that was a Tim
Okay.
strike.
So let's begin with Kolgath. It seems fitting. Kolgath, you're marching towards this opening here, and it's a little tight, but you could fit through it. It's a half speed through the ledge here.
I look over my shoulder and say, "We ready to go?"
Well, you're up, so go ahead.
I'll reply and say it sounds like they're coming to us.
And I just kind of stand there, ready in action, and get ready to attack the first thing that pokes its head out of this narrow passageway.
Okay. So you ready in action. Got it. Okay, so
Ready.
a dretch. Yeah, you see one of the dretches takes you up on that offer and starts to climb and descend up this pathway here. It's going to double move up to you. But again, we don't really need to I'm just going to move the dretches here. They're just going to present where they are. They're not actually in these spots. Remember, these are 10 foot wide. And anyway, so you see out of the hole, though, a pig-like, demon run at you. And it gets to you, but it doesn't have the ability to attack. So you can attack it with your readied action.
Right? First attack is a 26.
Okay. That'll hit.
That
Yeah.
hits.
Yep.
Okay.
Be like really scary if I was like, nope.
Yes. Well,
You're actually Tarrascan's surprise.
a little better game. I was waiting. If you would have said it doesn't hit, yeah, it would have changed what I was doing. That was really scary. Regular attack. Let's go. Sweet. 16 damage.
All right. I'm
Second
gonna take this guy. So the one that just came up out of the hole, you smack it with the hammer and kill it.
Nice. We got some whack-a-mole going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I killed it. All right.
Mhm. Next up is Lucius.
Sweet. I'll run up to one and I will smack it. I'll shillelagh first.
Okay, so you go up to the hole and you see more of these creatures coming up. You can take an attack on one of them as they're trying to pry their way through the scab.
Okay. That is a 20.
That'll hit.
Not
Roll
bad.
your damage.
Oh, and I'm booming blade
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
for that extra damage. That is 15, 18, 22.
All right, that's dead as well. So just to paint this picture here, so Kolgath saw one come up and smacked it. Now Lucius runs over to the hole that they're coming up out of and starts to hit it downwards with the shillelagh, killing another. But a pig creature does manage to pop up and try to smack at Lucius, try to grab his shillelagh from him. What's your armor?
19.
Okay, it's going to miss. It's trying to claw at you with its big, meaty paws. But now you have one adjacent to you. We'll go to Caddis next.
I was gonna say, Bob, that I use the rest of my movement to move back because I do have some extra movement. So I might not
Okay,
be...
that's fine. That's fine. Then you can move back. Then it will still miss, but it's going to try to grab Kolgath then instead. All right, go ahead, Caddis.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and move within 10 feet of it and cast poison spray. That's
Okay, roll your. It's a to hit, right? You have to hit with poison spray.
what's that? Constitution 16.
Oh, it's a saving throw. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna fail.
So it is 12 damage.
All right, so you spray it with the poison, and it doesn't seem to have any effect. It kind of breathes in the air and still is coming
Excellent.
at you. Yeah. It snorts it up its pig snout.
Not
Loves it.
again, Caddis.
I'm just going through the list. I'm just curious now at this point. I wasn't gonna I don't want to waste like my heavy duty spells on these little guys. So I was like, oh, let's just have some fun and see what happens.
He's got a little list. It's like fire, X, cold, ice.
Yeah, this is
I love it.
this is a running.
Can't trip it up. I want to hit that guy with a 16. So
It's
can't
really a
trip it
running joke here now, but
up.
all right. So we have
Okay,
we have a
Caddis.
total of 2 of these dretches now have surfaced on you, and this one is good because the poison spray is only 10 feet, correct?
Yes.
So yeah, so you're within range of the second dretch that comes up to attack. It's going to hit you with one of its claws, and it's going to miss you with a bite. Your AC is a 15, I mean, right?
16.
Oh, it is 16. Okay, so you're gonna hit anyway. But all right, so one big paw to the face. It's gonna end up doing a total of 6 damage, slashing. All right, and this, that's it. So now we go to Hex, and then Weir is next.
All
Hex.
right. Are there still ones at the top of this tunnel that are within
Yeah,
sword range from me?
There's 2 now that are visible to you. Yeah.
And they're well within sword range.
If you moved, you could reach to one of them. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like to move up next to Kolgath then.
Next to Kolgath. Yep. So you kind of stand side by side with him with the blade out. You can attack.
And does a 15 hit?
It does. Mm-hmm.
All
These
right,
don't
so it'll be
seem like they're
11,
very agile creatures.
11 slashing and 5 necrotic damage.
It's dead.
Wait, let me double check my wording on this one then. I think I get another attack.
Because it died?
No, because I get attacked twice with my pack weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can use it on anything. So I'm going to attack the second one then if he's within
Yep.
range.
Yeah, sure.
And at 25 hits, and that'll be 8 slashing and 5 necrotic damage.
Okay, take him out too. So
Nice.
Hex comes in next to Kolgath, and with a whirling, display of the blade, he disposes of 2 more. Kolgath, you are very impressed with Hex today. He's been on point, killing things left and right.
These are the
Got
best
your
rolls
back.
I've ever had.
Yeah. Now we go to the last dretch. One of the last dretches is going to come back up to the hole, but this time he's going to see. I guess Hex, did you move back as well? Did you want to get away from the hole?
No, sorry. I just want to make sure John's got room there. No, I'll
Okay.
stand shoulder to shoulder with Kolgath.
Okay, so then we'll do a bite and a claw on each one on one of you each. So bite misses. I think Kolgath, your AC is really high, and
22
Hex, a
now.
critical hit.
Nice.
Critical hit. You're going to end up taking 7 slashing damage.
Wait, can I use my armor effects and roll a d6 to see if it... No, wait, never mind. I can't do it. How much damage? I'm sorry.
7.
Okay.
Yeah. And Hex, you're up, or Weir, you're up.
I'm going to line up some Eldritch Blasts. And we've got
Yes.
a 19 and an 18 to hit.
Yeah, both hit. Yep.
And we've got 10 damage. Force.
All right. You kill another dretch. Last
Sweet.
dretch is going to come up, and this one's, instead of attacking, is going to emit a cloud of disgusting green gas. Hex and Kolgath are probably the only closest ones, because I know Lucius moved back and Weir was blasting from a distance. So to give me just the 2 of you, give me Constitution saving throws.
Remember, you get a +2 Hex.
And it is also poison, so Kolgath, you would have advantage on this.
And it's a con. Okay.
I'm resistant to poison, and I got a 24.
You're fine. Yep.
Great.
Oh, well, that's a very nice roll. 21.
Okay, so you guys are the hardest ones to poison, and the dretch looks at in utter horror now as it realizes that it's the last of its group, that none of them else survived when it popped up out of the hole. Roviel, you're up next.
Okay, we're gonna shoot it with one of my arrows with Demon Ichor. I believe I have some of those. So that will be a 25 to hit.
It's gonna hit.
Okay, and What was the? I don't know if we ever talked about what the damage would be for the.
You have not
demon
used
icer.
it before, no, but
I haven't used it before. So for the regular damage,
yeah, do the regular
roll-
damage first.
Yeah, so 1 + 6 is 7. 7 damage, just
Okay.
piercing.
Yeah, that's not going to be enough to kill it.
Does
But
the demon icer do
the
anything?
Ichor doesn't do anything. It is a demon, so
Makes
maybe that doesn't work on demons.
Makes sense. Okay.
Okay. All right, and then Dobby, you're up last.
So first I wanted to yell out to the group that there was a shadowy presence with these guys the last time I saw them. I don't see it now.
Right.
And then I'll do a Toll the Dead on it.
Yep.
Wisdom saving throw.
It's gonna fail.
That's 20 damage from the Toll the Dead.
It's gone. Yeah, you kill it with necrotic damage as it withers from the inside out. All right, the combat's over. You can kind of peek your head down the hole, and there's no other dretches and no other sound really.
Is that a crawl space?
Yeah, you'd have to crawl through it.
Yeah.
I step back and I just start Toll the Dead all over the thing.
It's not a creature, so do you need to pick a creature with Toll the Dead?
I tell someone to blast it because I don't want that blood.
Actually, can I ask Kolgath what type of damage he thinks he took from the blood?
Shut up, he says.
Can I try to answer that question, Bob? I mean, I know more than I should. Should I roll for something?
Sure.
Bob, I think I need to roll just again for that last check because I just realized that I'm exhaustion, so I should technically have disadvantage on those saving.
Oh, that's
throws.
right. You have exhaustion from the heat.
I think
right?
I think the only one I passed was the one where me and John Colgas got hurt. So should I just roll?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
1 point. Okay.
Yeah.
You wanna?
So I asked.
Inspiration.
Yeah, I was only
Yes.
asking because my angel zombies are immune to a lot of things, so they might be able to dig through for us.
So, Mr. DM, what check would you like me to roll for the recollection of that?
You got one, Gaddis.
Say it again. One last time, Colgath. To do what?
What would you like me to roll for the recollection of that damage type that Dobby's asking me for?
I might have missed the question. What was it? What was the damage type?
So I was thinking about, since we're trying to get through a narrow pathway and we take damage from the blood, I was going to see if I can get my angel zombies to dig for us.
It was just a wisdom saving
Well,
throw
Yeah.
that he made. Didn't do
Yeah.
damage.
I knew that it was I had to pass a wisdom save.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't know what was coming at us.
I didn't
Correct.
take damage. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if I was supposed to say that out loud, Bob.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Okay. I mean, if you guys want, I could send one of my dudes over there and test it out, or we
Probably.
can go towards the flies.
You could do
I'm
that.
happy to crawl through and see what happens.
You
Hey,
guys
Nate.
can't fit.
It's
Can
tight.
I roll
it's
first?
tight, but you could belly crawl through it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
You can
Okay.
roll first and then decide to do it after.
Okay, cool.
Once you see, but not before you hear. Jesus.
Right.
Not after you hear whether it's a.
So,
siege or
Dobby, you want to
or-
test with your angels?
Yeah, just to see if it'll make it easier for the group to fit through. Make
Yeah,
the
after
hole
maybe
bigger.
after maybe a minute or so of the angels kind of plowing through and digging, the blood does not seem to affect them. They are undead, so they can make the hole a little wider, but it does take a considerable amount of effort. They also don't really have digging tools, so I'd say after a full minute, I'd say you could get through easily without having to take a check. But it wasn't so easy to. It's not like they dug a large. It's not like easy you can walk through it now. You still have to crawl. But definitely looks like if you had digging tools, this would be easier.
Anybody have digging tools?
I conjure digging tools. We
Can
have
you
them.
do that?
We got them. We did it, guys. We won D&D.
I believe it's
Rusty,
a
Rusty.
It's a
I
level
can shovel.
13 spell, so I don't know if you have that yet, Lucius. Level 13. I don't know.
All right, so let's move our characters down. So
Hey Bob, I rolled a 24 with Nate's bardic inspiration just to be safe. So
Okay.
if that passes, then I think
yeah,
I'm
that
okay.
passes. Yeah, that's,
All right,
that's
sorry
more
for
than enough.
cheating, guys.
That's okay.
I didn't mean to.
What?
You thought it was on purpose.
All right, so let's head down this way. Lulu is says I'm feeling really weird. I feel like we're getting close.
Well, all right.
Me too.
About time you spoke up and said something.
Push
Yeah.
through.
Can I
Tell
ask if
us
she's
when you're
feeling
about to
hurt?
throw up from feeling
Yeah.
weird. Then we're really close.
She says I feel like we're really close to the sword. I almost can sense it.
Which
Can
way?
you sense it one way or the other?
Yeah, I think it's this way. I mean, this way. Or
Which
is
one
it
is
this
it?
way?
Make up your mind, you crazy elephant.
Oh,
I
it's
sworn
definitely
with
this way.
Colgath to shut
Yeah, I
up.
put a hand on Colgath's shoulder, just like settle down, man.
Somebody kick him in his shins.
You are the right height, Tabby.
That's true.
That would be more of a punch for Dobby.
Yeah.
I like to believe in first instincts. Let's go west. I start moving.
Okay.
I follow because I'm. Yeah.
We do still have my imp.
Let's send the imp.
Okay. So send the imp. Move
And-
your imp, Dobby, and I'll reveal as you move.
And Lucius and Colgath are ahead of the imp by about 3 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did we want to go right or left?
Just send it one way.
Yeah.
Left.
Try left.
Well, he's not going left.
That's-
Sorry. I'm going.
The imp has a mind of its own.
It's left by a forward-facing perspective.
It's that left, right?
It is left in some world.
Well, okay. So yeah, I mean, you could both go places. So Stefano, you saw where I revealed already, so you can move that way. The imp can go this way, and it opens up to a large cavern below. I'll read you the description of it in a second. Okay.
Whoa, that's a
A
big
large cavern. Wow. Wow, that's a large cavern.
Yes, it is. That is a large cavern.
Looks like something cool could be behind that big door, whatever that is.
It's possible, actually. Yes. Okay.
Retcon where I went.
No. I did not.
No.
Just a heads up, Bob. I don't have control of my character anymore. I guess
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no way to have both Tim and I.
Oh, that
okay.
explains the erratic behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me read you the description here.
Not the failed save. No, not at all.
Let me read you the description. And the imp will hear this as approaching. You kind of hear the same like kind of sounds that the goat creatures were making when they were fighting you. And you hear the imp doesn't speak abyssal, but he hears a language. You hear a language, Dobby, that is familiar. That you've heard Roviel speak it, so you know it's abyssal, but you don't understand the language. But you hear in that language like a guttural, like barking of orders. You hear the screeching of the goats, and then all of a sudden a thud, a very loud
Can I
thud.
repeat
that
it
echoes
to a
in the
Roviel to see if she
chamber.
understands it?
I don't think you can, because you don't speak the language. I think it'd be hard for you to even memorize like what the thing is saying without some time to listen to it. Like maybe if you were listen for a minute and try
How
to
about
find
maybe a couple
patterns.
words here or there?
Oh,
Or
like
I
we're
could
just
walk
repeating an
closer to the
immediate
area
word
if I
you hear.
What's that?
Sure, yeah. You hear the word Roviel again, over and over again, or at
I'll
least
tell that to the rest of the
that's the
group.
one that the imp is relaying.
Someone's
to.
getting paddled.
Can
Okay.
I walk closer to the area to see if I can
Battery
pick
ram.
myself, or is it too far?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Does the imp see or hear anything down there?
Yeah, so
21.
there's more. I'm gonna read it to you.
I rolled a 21.
Okay, so yeah, you'll hear the words once you get closer. You see brass double doors stand exposed in the wall of the Scab. There's a relief image on the door that depicts a blindfolded angel wielding a sword, and carved into the doorframe are beautiful gold inlaid runes. 3 goat-head demons with barbed tails throw themselves against the door as a corpulent ape-like fiend with tusks and tiny wings kicks at them, roaring commands in Abyssal.
Do I understand what the runes say?
Guys,
The runes are too far to.
I think I found something.
The runes are too far to analyze, but you do hear the pig creature and. Yeah, so I guess where are you, Erovia? You're there, so you're not able to see it, or are you able? Were you like trying to get a peek?
I was trying to get a peek, but also mostly here. So wherever I
Okay,
can.
so you can't see from there, but if you were to go here, you could probably see down into the cave.
Okay, sure, I'll go there.
So you see that pig-like creature that you saw in your vision before.
Okay.
And he's barking orders at these goat creatures, and in Abyssal, he's saying, "I want that door open, again, again." And each goat is basically like cracking its skull on the door, trying to open it. There's also a shadowy creature that's floating above the area here. And it's also speaking to the pig creature in Abyssal, and it says, "They're on their way. I've seen them." And
So before I tell the group what's going on, I ask if they saw anything cool over in that other direction they wanted to go.
So Kolgath keeps walking forward carefully with a. Lucius, you still coming with me?
I don't know if anyone can see me at this point, but I'm gonna kind of like come here. But
motion to come to you? Sure. So
Yeah,
the rest of
I
the
think-
group
I
will come
think
down. This is a
maybe
wide enough
Weird
passage. You
see
can go
me?
down.
I'll extinguish my light.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Dobby before say, "I think I saw something." Guys, do you see anything? My question is, do I see anything?
You don't see anything until you get to where the imp or Dasha was standing before.
Well, we're going the other route.
The other path.
Oh, the bigger path. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, sure.
I
Sorry.
have dark vision. I don't think.
Am
Lucius
I wrong? I
does.
thought you said that you were not going that way.
I wasn't. They decided to go anyway.
You see a path that goes south and one that goes to the west.
No thanks.
Okay. Okay, so move your characters back then.
That path that goes to the west might lead to the same room.
It might.
Oh wait, we can't just jump down there, right?
Well,
No,
Are we high up in this room?
What's this elevation over here with these lines?
You are.
I think they're 10
you're
foot.
about 100 and... I guess I could measure it using the tool. But you're about 100... You're 200 feet up.
Who wants to jump?
I'm not gonna jump, but I'm gonna stay up here and do ranged attacks.
You know, this map really is actually throwing this whole thing off because the mound itself is supposed to only be 300 feet. But as the description on the outside says. And just this cavern here is... I guess it could be under the ground a little bit, but it's...
There was a lot of horizontal movement going on, so...
Yeah, maybe it's horizontally at 300 feet. So
Can we just have Dobby's imp go down and explore this really quick to see if that's a way to get down walking? I could fly, but...
So, Dobby, where do you want to go?
I'm sending the imp the other way to see if there's an easier way to get down.
Which way,
I
west?
kind of tell the group it looks like there's a path to the southeast I could circle around.
No one wants to see what's in this room over here that connects between the two. Like
That's
no
what
one.
they're doing, I think.
No one's curious what's here.
Maybe we can stop by there on our way this way.
Yeah, we can send the imp. I was seeing if we can get down.
Yeah.
This way.
By the way, Stefano, what's your passive perception? 18? Stefano, every so often you hear almost like a thud beneath your feet.
What is this?
And you know that the Dretches were digging right here. This area.
What is that thing?
So I can read the description to the imp for that passage there. So the imp goes down into that south passage, and you see a 9-foot-tall statue of a hulking biped with clawed hands and feet standing on the floor of this chamber. 3 vulture-like demons and 6 gnolls cackle as they dance around the statue. So I'll reveal more so you can see, but there's basically gnolls are like hyena demons, and you see vultures. You've actually seen these creatures before. They're called Vrox. I think you saw them in the big battle that we had at the beginning of the Avernus portion.
Oh, the one we didn't engage in when we were on our.
You tried to, you definitely tried to avoid that. Yeah.
All right, guys. So there looks like there's a way in, but there's a lot of enemies down there.
How far below my feet does it seem like these thuds are happening?
Deep beneath your feet, too far to tell.
About 200 feet.
Do we have enough rope? Does anyone else have rope that we could rappel down the cavern to get to the? If they're trying to get in there and they get in there before us, that's bad.
Yeah,
that's
but
really bad.
If we go in there and we don't fight these guys, we might get flanked from all the
I
noise.
have a lot of rope.
I mean, if
Yeah,
we
by
want
the
to
way,
wait 10 minutes, I can bring or 11 minutes. I can get my steed back in this cavern, and we can fly down.
In
My
this
biggest
area,
concern is the longer we wait, that they break in and get the sword of Zariel.
They also know we're here. They know we're coming.
Right.
Okay, so I have an idea.
in this area, by the way, the scab is now hardened. It's like almost like rock. So a grappling hook or some sort of material would hold. It wouldn't like break.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
So I feel like we need to kill these guys because they could hear us fighting in the next room, and then we'll have to deal with both rooms at the same time. But my imp can stay with Aroviel while she stays at the high ground up top and keeps an eye on the progress.
Yes.
And the imp can communicate to me, and I'll be with you guys if they are close to getting the sword or not, while we fight these guys. What do you guys think?
I want to rappel down and just go for the door.
I like my odds with a door too. Not gonna lie.
All right.
I'm less worried about getting flanked than I am about them getting to the sword.
And I turn to Kolgath and I say, "You can take on the other ones."
You get the
I
ugly
want to
one.
be in the middle of everything. I'm not going to be no second fiddle to no celestial nobody.
Got him.
I mean,
Thanks.
my angels can fly me down. You guys are on your own.
I've got
All right.
fly. I can probably take one person. I don't know if Bob
I can
seems like-
fly and probably take two, if it's big enough for me to.
Yeah,
wild
I think
shape
it is.
to-
I
I
think it is.
believe I can fly.
I mean, like I said, this is more of a. What's that?
Nobody's got a grappling hook.
I've
Well, I
got
have-
rope and pythons.
I have
Well,
4
I've
angel
got-
zombies, and they have an 18 strength.
So-
If Hex has rope and pythons, I think pittons, whatever the piston, whatever. I think we're good. No.
I have a
well-
climbing kit.
Dobby,
If-
each of your angels could easily carry a person down.
Yeah, so I have 4 angels that could carry 4 of us instead
Alright,
of
let's go.
risking an acrobatics check.
Let's
Sweet.
do it.
Go like this.
Let's go.
All right, so I think we're going to stop here.
Oh
this,
no!
This is where we'll pause it before the finale. So, just so we know we're clear, the intention is we're going to fight the creatures that are down by the door. Correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
While making a grand entrance with
with flying,
Flying
angels.
angels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Virgil's just gonna stay at the top like a sniper, like crouching and just.
Arovio, I think I'm going to join you and have some fun.
boo.
We are going to animate some coins.
Ooh.
The coins only have a movement speed of 30.
Oh, I'm not worried.
If he's not worried, I'm not worried.
What's the casting distance? Because maybe I drop coins out my pocket if you tell me that.
I've got it. No worries.
Uh,
Plan's
I'm
already
very
in
interested to
motion.
hear this
Machine
coin
gun
idea.
coins.
I feel like there was also a point where I was saying like, who can touch the sky? I can touch the sky. No.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that vibe.
John needs to go to bed. John
Angels
had a
in-
long week.
Angels in the outfield and
Oh,
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 yeah.
sorry.
What a throwback reference.
Yeah,
Yikes.
I didn't get
No.
that one.
I'm thinking
I dig it.
of Katsui by System of a Down.
Did I just date myself? That's not that old of a
No,
movie.
it's a great movie. It's
No,
a
it's a great
fantastic
movie. It
movie,
just-
but
I wasn't in that mindset for it.
Angels
But
were
anyway.
flying.
So I'm going to we're going to sign off here, but just to a couple of quick announcements. We're so close to the end here. The finale is on September 19th. We're playing at 10:30 a.m. and we're going to play till the finale. We're going to play till it's over, to its natural conclusion. But the
Sweet.
group is basically, as you see by the door, and you're close to the sword. we're actually going to have a couple other things going on that day. A friend of mine, CJ, I think some of you know him. I know Stefano knows him because he plays in the other group. He's going to be making a guest appearance on our finale. He's going to be joining us to play an NPC that I would like him to run.
Nice.
You'll see what happens next week. But it's going to be crazy, and I don't know how this is going to end. Really, I've talked to some of you individually, but I feel like there's at least 5 or 6 really interesting ways this could go down, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm as excited about this finale as I think a player would be, because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Are there any lame ways that this can go down?
I don't think so. No.
Excellent.
Wow.
I really don't think so.
Besides,
I mean, we could all just fall to our death instead of grappling down.
I was gonna say, everybody jump on 3. Actually, from the other guys, aim for the bushes.
The only way this would end. The only way this would end poorly.
25 D6.
It would just be
this
like
would end poorly
18
if
or 19 D6.
you all lost this combat right now. But I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like you guys are
give us
persistent.
a chance, Bob.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so we are going to sign off. Thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed this content. If you'd like to like this video, you can hit the like button. You can subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell.
I'm sold.
Icon for notifications whenever our videos go
Right
live.
there.
Hopefully.
Yeah, are you pointing?
hopefully
Are you pointing to all the spots, Bob?
The bell.
Thank you.
The bell is right there.
The bell and the subscription. Actually, it's this one. But yeah, so thank you very much. We'll see you on the tabletop, everybody. Have a good night.